Hey everybody, got something cool. I wanted to do an impromptu stream today, so that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. I went to, I made a mistake and went shopping on Amazon. I went to Barnes and Noble also to pick up something for my daughter for Christmas, and then I found something for myself for Christmas for work. Hey, good to see you, man. So for no reason at all, don't ask why. I'm doing some research on various starter sets of different games. Don't ask why. So I've got the Dungeons and Dragons starter set, which is heavier than I expected. I don't really know what's in it, and it's been long enough since I've played D&D that I don't really know how it works that well anymore. And I've got the Stormlight Archive Cosmere starter set, and I have no idea how that one works. So we'll be seeing how good it works as a starter set, introducing new people to it. I'll be taking some notes. And I've got this Warhammer Age of Sigmar beginner. It's a beginner set, not a starter set, excuse me. Never played that either, so I'm going to be coming at this from a newbie point of view, and we'll just sort of see how good these are at starting a new person off. We're from home today. All right, cool. I'm glad you can make it, man. So let's just get it. So I'm just sort of taking notes. I'm just taking notes. We'll zoom out a little bit. So I'm just taking notes, seeing what kind of stuff I like. As far as price point, this one is $25. I think $25 is a good place to be for a starter set. This one was, the D&D one was, I think, $30. And then the Warhammer set, I believe, was $35. But this one has like a bunch of minis in it. So I think a starter set. I don't know, starter set. Let's see. Why do I say this? What, Undgum, your books is a good starter set. Playing through adventures. Great. I'm glad to hear that. I did send. I have given a few like box sets to like friends and family, and like my brother. He's got some kids who are a good age for this kind of thing. And they're like, yeah, I have no idea how to start this. There's like a bunch of books and cards and a map, and like, I have no idea what to do. So something that can help people who are like actually starters, actually beginners. Like if you're a beginner to Nimble, but you played like 5 other RPGs, and you get it, and you can like scan through the rules. And sorry for the. So I do like how this has like a little sticker on it. It includes a guidebook to welcome to Roshar. I don't know what Roshar is. I'm not a reader of this fantasy stuff. It looks like the art from the guy who did a lot of the Pathfinder art, just that sort of sharp, pokey style. But I like having the foil. So like these areas are foiled. There's a foil border. I like that. One regret that I have with the Nimble box set is the logo itself was foil, and the logo was kind of hard to see it at some angles. I like the logo in white, but I do really like how we did the hex binder thing. It's silver. Ugh, it's pretty. I really like the silver foil. I think a lot of them will have pre-makers. Yeah, to make it easier. Okay, cool. And we just sort of have the sides. Has some cool character art. Two different characters. Some more characters. Yeah, just a bunch of characters. We got the greens, and the blues, and then the reds, purples. Okay, I don't know if that signifies anything, means anything. House : dice set. House : doesn't bring good imagery to mind as an outsider. Slow turn, fast turn, right? Take 3 actions and 1 reaction. Act before slow NPCs. Take 2 actions and 1 reaction. Act before fast NPCs. Okay, fast turn gets 2 things. A slow turn. Okay, there's 3 triangles and 2 triangles. Okay, we're starting to understand What's in here? You got to open up the dice. Overboard DM, hey, good to have you, man. Just looking at some starter sets, taking some notes. I do like the size of them. The numbers on the D12 are disappointingly small. But do they do okay? So good. I don't like it when like the highest number is like swapped out with something else. I really don't like that because I have to. It takes just a beat for me to think like, oh wait, I got a star. What does that mean? Is this what size die is this? I like these sort of big chunky numbers. So if we look at this D12 compared to this D12, we'll just go to the 10. Where's this one? Doesn't have a 10. I had it. There it is. So which is easier to read? Oh, it's like it's far away. It's at the other end of the table. Yeah, I'd prefer this. Like big dice. But these are bigger. They feel bigger than slightly bigger than normal. And this one, oh, okay. So they've got funky dice. 2, 4. Okay, so 2 sides are numbered. 2 sides have some unknown symbol, and 2 sides are blank. Yeah, I don't know what that all means. I don't know if the gold works with these as well. I think a white would be a little easier to see, maybe. Okay, welcome to Roshar. Those look nice for starter set dice. Yeah. We have to keep in mind this is $25 for everything, so like a pack of dice could cost that much. Cosmere role-playing game stuff I'm not going to read. Brandon Sanderson's novel series, Stormlight Archive and Epic. Okay. Blah blah blah. All right, so what I want to know is like what kind of stuff stands out as being helpful. What kind of stuff do I, as an outsider, like? Let's pretend my mom got me this, my wife got me this for Christmas, and I'm like, okay, I didn't really ask for this, but like, hey, I'll give it a shot. What kind of stuff stands out at me to like? Yes, I should play this. Like, let's see. High storms, no forests shape Roshar's ecology and culture more. All right, so you're talking about ecology and culture, like you're losing me a little bit. Then high storms. High storms is a cool name. Hurricane-force storms of incredible power that sweep across the continent about once per 5-day week. Okay, so there's already like weird stuff that I'm gonna have to keep in mind. So the weeks last 5 days, and there are these storms heralded by a powerful storm wall with enough strength to hurl boulders. High storms can be incredibly destructive. However, the high storm also infuses Roshar with incredible energy called Stormlight. Okay, that's where the Stormlight thing comes from. All right, so I'm not super interested in all the lore and stuff. Like I want to like start playing and then learn about it as I go, probably. All right, so we're talking about ecology. All right, so this probably isn't where I want to be starting. Like I'm not about to like learn who Chana is or what the Vorin Church is before I know if I want to play this. Okay, so something that would be helpful to me, if this isn't the most important book to start with, then probably don't have this book on top. So because I'm dumb and I'm going to read it in order. So what's next? We have the starter rules, and then there's Bridge 9, an introductory adventure. So I do like how on the cover of it, it just says this is an adventure. So I was watching an unboxing video of, I think, the box set or something. I mailed someone, and someone they opened the box, and like this was on top, and they were like, I wonder what this is. So this should say a heroic class for the Nimble RPG. So it should say that, just on the cover, or maybe at least on the back. Same for this. Meat for the Crab King. At least on the back, it does say, an adventure for level 5 heroes. But maybe it would be even more helpful to have it on the front. Okay. Because people who are new at this thing, they need as much context as they can get. So this is surprisingly very, very helpful. Maybe not so surprising, but this is very, very helpful. Bridge 9, an introductory adventure for first level characters in the Stormlight campaign setting. Okay. So is this just campaign setting and it's like a D&D kind of thing? Okay. So there's a quick reference. Maybe this should be on the front. We'll get to the starters rules in just a second. Initiative order, actions. Okay, so this is like a reminder. So this isn't like the quick start rules, this quick reference, like a reminder once I understand how it goes, kinda. then I can, like, this will quickly remind me. It is front and back, bunch of conditions. Okay. So we're going to read this next. So I want to keep it roughly in the order that it was in so that I'm not confused. And then we have character sheets. Okay. We got a character sheet. Oh, we got a few character sheets. I will have to fill them out. Oh, no. It's filled out already. We have Abina. Sorry if these are real people in the game. Abina, Hunter, Archer, level 1 human. Strength, defense, speed, health, deflect, intellect. Okay, so physical, cognitive, spiritual. So it's not exactly 5e, but it feels 5e like. Agility, athletics, heavy weaponry, light weaponry. Okay, so these are skills, and then like these are the associated stats that go with it. Oh, there's 6 stats. Okay, so there's physical, strength and speed, cognitive, intellect and willpower, spiritual, awareness and presence. All right, I'm starting to put it together. Then we have Jomari, who is an agent thief, and then a Palinor, a leader champion. I don't know if I'm supposed to say both of those or not, but okay. So you've got some things, and it's okay. All right, nice. I do like that there's a picture of it. I'd like to say I have the picture on the front, so I know sort of what the vibes are. Abnia, Talani looks boring. I don't want to be a note taker. Palinor, yeah, now we're cooking. He's got some stuff. He looks like he can handle trouble. Note taker, I don't think could handle any trouble at all. Ved, he's just like a strong regular person. Warrior, maybe make him a little bit more interesting. So I want to pick him. Zvinda. Have names that are easy to say. Like you can have a fantasy sounding name, but it also be easy to say. Scholar, strategist. Strategist sounds way better than scholar. I don't want to be a note taker while I'm taking notes. I don't want to be a note taker for fun. I'll be a note taker if it's work. It's fair. Good point. The D6 with empty faces is a plot die. Yeah, I saw that on the reminder sheet, wherever that went. Yeah, it looked cool. I don't know what it does, but it looks cool. Hey, Tvor, how countries Cosmere? More Pathfinder? Ah, okay. I don't know. Great question. I have all the RPG books, but I don't have the starter set. I think Cosmere really needs to nail the starter set due to how dense the lore is. Like, you cannot run this without having read all the books. Yeah, I have no idea of any of these things. I couldn't tell the difference between Terry Pratchett and Sanderson or things. I do really like this. Okay, so all the heroes have a punch, like a token, and then it looks like monsters. And ooh, yeah, I want to fight that monster. And then we have like some crab dudes. So this is a very good idea. The art is identical on the front and back. Would it be cool if they level up to level 2, like that the back side is like cooler looking? It might be. I mean, if you're taking the time to print both sides, or maybe like you can have like a different monster on the back. Did they do that at all? No, the art is just identical. Okay, that would be cool. Maybe you can have a few more monsters if you print it on the back. Ooh, I like having a map. So, just for context, Cosmere is very similar to D&D in terms of mechanics. Okay, yeah, it seems like it. So, I sent my brother, and he's got 4 boys. So like we played Nimble while we were here, and they had a great time. But like I just happen to have some minis, and I'm like, yeah, just pick whatever mini. And like, yeah, now you guys know how to play. You can play when you come home. One of my nephews said like, oh, but we don't have the pieces to play. I was like, oh, yeah, but you don't need the minis to play. Like, you don't need like a gridded map with props and things. You could just play. But the idea for a kid to like play this just in his imagination, like with dice and paper and stuff, like it's like, but we have pieces. Like kids are used to board games, like, and like even adults now are used to board games and things. I do like how the map has like hints of like, oh, there's a boulder that cracked one of these crab boys, and I guess all these people are dead, unfortunately. And it's a double-sided map. Very cool. Double-sided map. So like if you're new to a game, it does really help to have all these and it's a very high quality map. It's like thicker than regular paper. feels like, and like very matte feeling. I love the map. I love the map, and I like that it's not too big. So like if I've got like a smallish coffee table, if it was like, you know, sort of a four-fold map, like this big. Let's zoom out a little bit. If it was like this big, and then plus everybody's papers around it, and plus the books, and plus like you just probably have too much stuff going on. But if it's like this big, this feels like a good size. Yeah, it feels like a good size compared to the Nimble book. How does this compare? So it would be, it's a four-fold of the A5 Nimble book, but a 4-5 or an A fold, a four-fold size of something that is twice the size of the Nimble book would probably be too big. So a four-fold or double-fold of this would be cool. I love having the maps. I love having the punchy things, the punch-outs. I think those things are necessary. Having the pre-printed character sheets, necessary. Like, I don't want to be filling out a character sheet. It took us like 5 or 10 minutes to fill out the Nimble character sheets with my nephews, and they're like, "Man, this is taking forever." Like, they just wanted to play. Like, so basically, what I did when I was playing with them was, I opened up this book. I went to the heroes, and I opened up here. I was like, all right, pick one that looks cool. And they like, I want to be the mage. I want to be the hunter. So like they just sort of picked ones that looked cool to them. And then I helped them fill out the character sheet. So that's how they picked it. So if the art for the boys are cool, or girls, if the art for the characters or the heroes are neat, then yeah, we could be cooking. Like, I bet this note taker here can do some cool stuff. I bet she can like do some crazy mind stuff. It's talking about punches and kicks and things. Like, have her doing some, or like she can shoot lasers out of her eyes. Like, yeah, have her doing that kind of stuff. Learn more about the listener people. I don't know, what does she do? Is she just a note taker? I'm seeing a lot of stuff out. Yeah, she's got pen and ink and paper and a bottle and a flute. Is she just a note taker? All right, maybe. I don't know. I'm not gonna pick that one. Okay, so we've got that. We'll put bridge 9 and this thing back in here, and let's take a look at here. Have not read Sanderson yet. Yeah, I'm open to it. A buddy of mine is a big fan. Trevor, hey. Love the Chasm Fiend art. Oh, that's that guy? I do like that. It feels like oh, is this the guy? Is this the big token? I like that. It's not just like random art. It is like actual art. I don't love the gloss. It's a little bit hard to see, and like depending on where you are, I prefer matte kind of thing. Like the maps are matte. I learned through all the Stormlight archive books, which are based in the world of Roshar. Cool names. Stormlight is a cool word. Roshar is a cool word. Some of these other ones are a little bit harder to say. My favorite quality of life thing about the Nimble box set is the yellow ribbon to assist you getting the books out of the box. Yeah. So handy feels for real. Cool. Yeah, it was surprisingly hard to get things out of this box, and I put them back in there, and now it won't come out. Okay, Stormlight Archive starter rules. So I know very little. I'm vaguely familiar with 5e. Let's say it's been a while since I played. All right, so we're wasting space. Like we've already got the vibes. All right. Wasting space. Again, I'm being hard. I'm being hard on it. You know, obviously, like, beautiful and everything is like done well and way better than I could do. But if taking 5 minutes to fill out a character sheet for my nephews took too long, and like they're having to, like, you know, go through one book and like, oh, this is about ecology and stuff. Like, all right, I'm not gonna read that. Now, okay, here's the rules. Let's figure out how to play this game. Actually, here, let me give you guys an example. Oh, and I've also got. Where is it? I think it was Daniel. Yeah, Daniel Fox. Thanks, Daniel. He sent me his awesome Zweihander, and I really like this this rainbow sort of thing. He sent me the Zweihander starter set that I also haven't looked at. Sorry, Daniel. I opened it up and flipped through it, but I don't really know how to play. So a game that I got from like some Game Found thing that I backed. I was like, oh yeah, I totally play that, and then like I didn't. So this is a game that I got from that, and I had it for like a year, I think, once at least. And I was like, I opened it up. I was like, oof, yeah, I'm never gonna read that. So this is the rule book. So this is the rule book, and it is not, it's 47 pages. Okay, so this rule book is 47 pages, and I felt like and it's just a stapled thing. So just that, I was like, ugh, yeah, I'm not gonna learn how to play this. Okay. And the text is big too. Like the text is big and chunky. But if we have this, what is this? Like 60 pages? This is 60 pages. And the text is like relatively smaller, like a good bit smaller. Like I'm gonna have to read a whole lot in order to learn this. It's like, to me, like as a starter to this game, not knowing how to play this game, like once I played it, it was pretty cool. But like the rules being that long, when I was like testing out to see if I liked it or if we should just play something else on game night, it was too much. So that's sort of where my threshold is. It's not until my brother-in-law comes over and like reads the rules that I get to play a lot of these games. Hoping there's a rules reference page. Yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out. By the way, this is the kind of thing, like I hate reading rules. I hate going through these kinds of things. But if I'm streaming it and like some people are hanging out with me and we're sort of figuring this out together, and if I have a question I can ask you guys, like that kind of thing is cool. So really cool art, really well done art. Whoever the artist is. The Cosmere role-playing game is a tabletop role-playing game in which you and a group of friends collaboratively tell a story of heroes in a universe of adventure and powerful investiture. Interesting. So I'm not sure if this is like, so like the question I'm asking is this for me? Recon Cosmere has the big problem of big problem of people associating that you can only play that one universe. Or yeah, I have heard that you sort of have to love the universe to and know it to be able to play in here. Okay, so for people who don't know what an RPG is, that can be helpful. In which you and a group of friends collaboratively tell. So I would say like where you and your friends can have awesome adventures. Something, maybe not that casual, but you can have awesome adventures. Powerful investiture. That sounds like a business term and not like a fun game term. Like, is this going to be work? I'm sure that means something since it's capitalized, but as an outsider, investiture is a cool word, but it also does sound like business term. Like I'm in a business meeting and like the CMO is talking about, oh yeah, this is an important investiture for our company. Okay, is a magic system mechanic? Okay. Thank you, T. Vorkol. This rulebook provides the basic rules you need to get started playing in the world of Roshar, the setting for the Stormlight Archive novels. In this game, you and your fellow players will take on the roles of characters from across Roshar, working together to determine how your stories unfold as you face a cataclysmic era of global conflict. All right, that is cool. All right, guys. All right, so we're burying the lead a little bit here. Here we go. Face a cataclysmic era of global conflict. Yeah, buddy. All right. So I don't care about the novels. I don't care about fellow players and travelers and World of Roshar. Like convince me that it's cool. Like as I play, like, oh man, this place is cool. Like I did not. Yeah. So like that's the coolest part. Here's some more cool words: heroes in a universe of adventure, and powerful. And then there's a downbeat of investiture. This rulebook is a downbeat, provides you basic rules. We're saying the word again, rules. You need to get started. Okay, so like we could probably condense this down into like, a sentence or two. Like get me hyped for continuing. Like convince me to play this game is what I would be looking for. Your introduction to Roshar. So we're saying it's an introduction. Starter rules. So I already know it's starter rules. It's a starter rules. I get it. All right, starter rules. Introduction. This rulebook provides the basic rules. So we're introducing. It's been introduced, right? And again, sorry if I'm sounding snarky, but like, if you're gonna waste my time in like the first couple paragraphs of this book, then like how does that bode for like the rest of the book, right? And I'm not gonna go through this entire thing. I'm gonna see how quickly I can sort of scan it and get get vibes for it. This rulebook gives you a brief introduction to the rules of the Cosmere RPG, enough to play through the adventure in this box, Bridge 9. As well as a few sessions beyond. To continue your adventure, you can seek out the other Stormlight books. Ooh, I like that. Seek out instead of buy. To continue your adventure, you can seek out the other Stormlight books in the Cosmere RPG. These include the following. Okay, so these are the books. I would just send it there. Seek out the other books in the Stormlight Cosmere RPG. Just send it there. Using this book introduction. I know this. It's been introduced. Okay, so rather than this, so if the book is short enough to just jump into it, just jump into it. We got some flavor here. Let's see if this sets the tone. So this isn't an index because the table of contents is already here. So let's don't have this. Let's just jump into it. The Knights Radiant must stand again. That is cool. That does sound cool. Brian Sanderson is good with words. I will tell him that much. The ancient oaths have at last been spoken. The Spren return. So this cool. The ancient oaths have at last been spoken. And then here's this like weird, confusing thing. Is that a typo? It's not capitalized, so it's not a. The Spren return. That's, I don't know what that is. Like if I was reading that, so like, all right, guys, I get everybody around the table. I'm reading this out loud, and I've got my cool DM voice on, and I'm telling everybody the cool rules. The ancient oaths have at last been spoken. The Spren return. Like that would make me stop, and like everybody would sort of laugh. Spren is a type of creature that are made of investiture. Okay. If this is for starter rules, then we might say the ancient evil creatures or whatever, like instead of the proper noun for that, because this is the starter rules. Like if I was a super big fan, I would just get the books and dive right in. But if this is the starter rules, like I'm not sure if I want to get into this. So Knights Radiant, like I get what that is. Some cool dudes. Like maybe it's that guy, you know? But Spren, don't say Spren. Like it's not that cool of a word. Men seek what was lost. I fear the quest will destroy them. Like this is rad. This part is a big downbeat. It is the nature, and like that word alone could be enough to be like, right, like. It is the nature of magic. A broken soul has cracks into which something else can fit. Sure bindings, surge bindings, the powers of creation themselves. They can brace a broken soul, but they can also widen its fissures. Okay, kind of cool. What is role-playing game? Players. Game master. In this game, not an adversary. That's good to say. Flow of play. Okay. We could. So I pretty well get what this is saying. I would ideally love to say this. Is it best to consider a starter set as a demo or expanded marketing? A starter set is a lot of times sold at cost or like below cost, right? So like this cost me at retail, it cost me $25. Barnes and Noble probably bought it from the publisher for $10, and it cost them, you know, some portion of that $10. Maybe it cost them $10 to produce, right? So the starter set is like is not to make you don't make money off starter sets basically. Especially if it has dice and like, you know, all these other things. The starter set is to like hook people who are not sure, and that's me. Like who likes RPGs? Who likes nerdy fantasy stuff? Who likes reading a lot of rules? Not me. Okay. So I would treat this as that's the minus. You need to know the books to know what it means. If it could be a thing where I learned the coolness of the books and they hook me and like now I want to get the RPG. Now I want to buy all the books. Now I want to buy the movies. Are there movies? I don't know. Now I want to do all the things, right? But this has to hook me first. Okay. The GM sets the scene. If all of this could be said here, it's collaborative. You're telling a story together. You're going on an adventure together. If you could say that, all of this in this many, like all of this. So you don't need to say you need a character sheet and you need this and this. Just say, give everybody a character sheet, or have everybody look at the art and pick art that looks cool. Give them that sheet. You guys are gonna be rolling and sharing these dice and rolling them. Okay. Have a pencil if you want to take notes. I wouldn't worry about safety tools for like this kind of thing. Like it's just additional like why like Monopoly doesn't have safety tools. Jenga doesn't have safety tools, although Jenga might need some safety tools. Like the kind of people who are buying this are going to be like board gamers, or like, you know, parents who saw this on Amazon on sale or whatever, like that kind of like if there's a game that requires like safety tools, I don't know. I don't know. This a lot of people are like, oh yeah, you need that, and a lot of people are like, no, this is a big turnoff to even mention needing something like that. Adventures GM can use. So it's very verbose. I'm finding this to be incredibly verbose so far. Using Cosmere RPG dice, the RPG uses a solid set of polygonal dice. In these sets, each die has a different number of sides. All right. So here's what you do. Have a picture of the dice, and just say, "This is the D4, hey, D4, D6, D." So just point to them. This is what these are. You'll be rolling these to do stuff. All right, got it. So I could just look at this and like, okay, the D whatever means the side. So just show me a picture instead of making me read all these words. Rolling a skill test, and you've already got a picture of the dice. Whenever the outcomes of your character's actions are uncertain, make a skill test. Cool. Using a D20. Okay, we've got a picture of it. And like just right here, right, D20. To determine whether you succeed or fail, tests are the core mechanic of the game, so you roll them frequently. Cool. The skills section of part 1 for the detail. Okay, it's very verbose, very verbose. Pick a skill, roll the die, add your skill modifier, add any other bonus ability compared to the result. Okay, cool. So I would say, if you get higher, if you beat this number, you got it. If you don't, sorry, you know, fewer words. I wonder if the target audience for this product is the fans of the book, the fans of the book who have never played it. Maybe. From what I could tell, like fans of the book, like bought the game. Like, yeah, like I don't know how many bajillions of dollars they made, but they made a bajillions of dollars, right? Book fans. Cool art, adding additional dice, plot die. Okay, some tests require adding additional dice to your D20 roll. So like if I said, hey, to my wife, hey honey, hey wife, would you like to play this cool new game with me? And I bring out it's not I'm exaggerating. It's like not that thick of a rule book, but like compared to like the Monopoly rules are like roll the die and go around, and you could buy the property, and like, yeah, you play Monopoly, right? So for people who are used to that kind of thing, or like checkers, okay, you go forward, you jump the pieces, or like chess. Oh, chess is complicated, you know. Like each piece has its own thing. So if those are the people that we're targeting with this, and I'm not sure that is here, but we are being very verbose, and it 10 out of 10 in clarity, right? 8 or 9 out of 10 in clarity, because sometimes verbosity can muddle more than it clarifies. And I do have like these bright lights on, and even though it's bright, like I like this matte. I like this matte. Like here, like you can barely see it due to the shine. So if you can say it in fewer words, I think that would turn fewer people off, and a lot more people would be able to start the adventure. They'd be able to start the adventure, and they'd be able to play through the adventure, and then they'd be able to love the adventure, and they love the game, and like, let's keep playing, and like, oh, sorry, that's all the adventure. Like, you're gonna have to get me the rest of the books for my birthday, right? And then like, you're off to the races. And then like, ooh, if we're gonna play a real campaign, like, I kind of need to like know the settings. All right, so now I'm getting like all of his novels too, and like, if I'm gonna be a fan, like, I'm gonna be a fan of this series, like, I'm not just gonna get like the paperbacks, guys. I'm gonna get like the fancy versions with the colored pages and like the foil things. I'm gonna get the fancy versions, you know. So like, there's a lot to lose by like not hooking people right away, right? I fully support reduced words. Word efficiency trumps over-explaining every time for me. Yep. Yeah. And I know a lot of people are not like that. They really want it to be, they really want it to be spelled out, everything. But when I was playing with my little nephews, let me grab the book. So for an experienced RPG player, like Nimble is fairly straightforward, and they're like, wow, it only takes 5 minutes to make a character. For them, it was like, man, it takes 5 minutes to start playing this game. So what we did was we ignored ancestry. We ignored like half of these things. We ignored a lot of stuff, like the skills. I didn't tell them, add your strength to the thing, and you get 4 points, and they're just like, whatever it says there, just put it there. Like you're not adding skill points. I'm not worried about money or languages. We don't pick. I didn't tell them about inventory slots. We didn't talk about how to level up. I didn't tell them about the different, stat arrays. I just said, go 2, 2, 0, negative. Just put 2 here, put 2 there, and then we just did that, right? And we just started, and even that was a lot for them. We didn't talk about temp HP. We barely did anything with initiative. We didn't. So like, give me the simple version of it. Give me the simple version of it. Like if I'm new and I want to start, like this was written by like RPG nerds, right? The audience is not RPG nerds. The audience is like the book nerd or the grandma who bought it for Christmas because this is a starter set and it's $25, that kind of stuff. Advantage or disadvantage, determining die, plot die. Let's read about the plot die because that's cool. In addition to the normal polyhedral dice, this game uses a custom die called the plot die. And I'm actually going to set a timer. I'm just going to give myself 10 minutes to see if I can figure out more or less how to play this game. 10-minute timer, and then we'll move on. Okay, 10-minute timer started. Let's see. Because I'll give myself that much. Would you say pregens are good for a starter set? I would say not only are they good, they are necessary. They're necessary. Don't include any blank character sheets. Only include the simplest classes, and they're already filled out. And like you could figure out your own name and like the art. Just look at the art, and do you like this guy? You're that guy. You don't want to make a little plot die with every skill test. Is only used to raise the stakes. Ooh, I like that. During tense moments and tests critical to the plot. NPCs don't generally use a plot die. Okay, this is just for the heroes. When you roll the plot die, the result might add a bonus to your test, but it can also result in unforeseen opportunities or complications arising from your actions. Okay. The plot die has 6 sides, 2 of which are blank, another 2 sides of opportunity. Okay, so 3 or 4, nothing happens. 5 and 6, something good happens. 1 and 2, something bad happens. Complication. Okay, that's complication. All right. Raising the stakes when your character is about to make an important skill test. All right. There's too many words for me to want to read all of this. Opportunities and complications. I feel like we said all of that already. Aid an ally. Critically hit. You change a hit into a critical hit. See attacking. Okay. So we're talking about things that we haven't even brought up yet. Maybe this should have been safer later. All right. So let's learn the basic rules, and then, hey guys, if you want to do something even cooler, then you can change it. I know what an attack is, and now I can change it to a critical hit. But like right now, I don't have any context for any of this stuff. Facing a complication. And like complication in RPG terms is cool. Like, ooh, yeah, cool, complicated situation or a complicated trap. But for a Monopoly player, for a Yahtzee player, complicated is like, these rules are complicated. Like, so this is a word that has like sort of multiple meanings, right? And we don't want to be using words like that. Like a challenge might be cool. But I don't know if we want to be using words like that to give the wrong impression. In addition to the special opportunity and complication symbol. Okay, so that's what they mean. So we're using those symbols, opportunity, complication. Okay, so they're defined. This game uses symbols such as play, and rewind to quickly signify various types of actions and reactions. You'll learn more about these. Okay, tell me about those when we learn about them, instead of tell me that you're going to tell me about them. All right, character stats, pre-generated characters, attributes, defenses, deflect. Your deflect value represents your resilience to damage. It allows you to reduce energy, impact, and keen damage. Interesting. Okay, expertise, health, skills. All right, 3 different groups of skills. All right, so here's the character sheet. Every character has 6 attributes to determine all these different things. They do stuff. Character capacity, movement rate. Your speed determines how quickly you can move in combat and other tense situations. Moving inside combat, when you use the move action described in part 3, you can move up to your movement rate. When other abilities allow you to move, they specify what rate you can use to move. Moving outside, if you need to bring your movement speed, blah, blah, blah. Okay, move. Intellect, willpower, determination. I've got 6.5 minutes. We got to hurry up. All right, so it does things, your skills, health, investiture, senses, range, difficulty, class. Okay, you have to roll above the number using skills, defenses. If you roll higher than your opponent, okay, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Anatomy of a skill. Crafting. Let's look at insight. Insight measures your ability to discern the true feelings of others, to see through deceptions, and use your intuition to determine whether a situation is off. When your social instincts, emotional intelligence, and gut reaction are challenged by task, you test insight. Okay. Stealth, speed. All right. Adventuring. Here we go. Role-playing, time, scenes. I feel like we've said a lot of these things already. Long rest, interrupted period of rest, resting, short rest. All right, let's talk about short rests. Short rest, you can roll your recovery die. I like recovery die because it tells you what to do. Hit die is not that great, but it plays off of hit points. So after short rest, you can roll your recovery die to determine how well you recover. Add the roll result to your current health, your current focus, or a combination of the two. Ah, interesting. So you can regain like mana or something, resource. For example, you roll a 5 in your recovery die. You might, I do like the example. You might choose to recover 3 health and 2 focus. Very nice. Alternative benefits, tend to others, forage, other short rest effects, downtime, afflicted, conditions. So what I would do, just leave downtime out of here. Put downtime in the adventure when you would need downtime. You know, that kind of thing. Put just get rid of resting. Just yeet it out of there, and then after you're done with your first encounter, explain resting. That's what I would do, probably. Okay, bunch of conditions. Probably don't need all the conditions, and like unless all of these conditions are in the adventure, just put the ones that are in adventure. Cool art again. It's sort of like Art Deco-y kind of feeling. Minor PCs and injuries, death. Okay, how do I die? Oh, recovering to life, returning to life. Player characters in this game are hardy and can usually withstand multiple grievous injuries before succumbing to them. However, as described in injury rolls, each of your character's injuries applies a penalty to future injury roll. Death spiral, significantly increasing the chance of death. When your character dies, they can cling to consciousness just long enough to speak their final words. That's nice. Imparting one last wisdom, making one last quip, or saying one last goodbye. Their cognitive aspect leaves their physical form. Something. Okay. Combat. Here we go. We got 3 minutes to look at combat. Take a fast turn. In a fight, everyone acts simultaneously and every second counts to represent. Okay. Okay, so in the fifth, so this is more confusing than anything. So I'm used to in games taking turns, but when it says act simultaneously, that took me back. But then it's like, oh, actually, but it's represented a number of rounds and turns. This doesn't seem to have a good sell other than the universe in terms of mechanical difference. I still don't know it. It isn't front loading a good. Yeah, it's not telling me why I should play. The art is rad. Some of the words are cool, like the lore and stuff is cool. Like let me go back to the Shining Knights, the Knights Radiant. Yeah, like that bit was pretty sweet. But this is not a starter set. This is not striking me as a starter set. Like someone who like Age of Sigmar. We'll look at Age of Sigmar next. Like for someone I've never played Age of Sigmar or any Warhammer thing. I've never done anything with any of that. Will that convince me to play that kind of game? Rounds and turns. All right, we got 2 minutes. Fast NPC turns. Gaining actions. Actions and reactions. Surprise. At the start of each of your turn, you gain a certain number of actions, which represents tasks you can undertake only on your turn. Number of actions you gain, depending on the kind of turn you choose. 10 heartbeats, a single round of combat. 10 seconds, okay? Surprise actions and reactions. Okay, actions marked by a play symbol can only be used on your turn in combat, and each named action can only be used once per turn. The same applies to actions. Some actions take more than others. Usually okay. On your turn, you can spend your... Isn't this like a Pathfinder kind of thing? If anybody knows Pathfinder. Cosmere starter set gets pluses for production quality, art, yeah, absolutely. 10 out of 10 for art and production quality. Like good quality paper. It's not stapled, it's actually glue bound, although a stapled book would stay open a little bit easier. I do like the stapled versions. Production quality, very nice. It's got maps, like multiple maps, double-sided maps. It's got like foil things, and yeah. Very heavy D&D coded. Like I would feel right at home if I loved 5e type of stuff, but if I was frustrated at all with 5e, then all of the same frustrations would carry over here. Is there any sort of like license or anything here for this game? I would assume. I wouldn't think you would include that kind of thing here. Okay, actions. Brace. I got 45 seconds, guys. I don't know if we're gonna do it. Gain advantage, interact, move, strike. All right. Okay. How do I kill something? Aid. I like the symbols. Reactive strike. Weapon attacks. Melee attacks. Attacks. How do I do it? 20 seconds. Oh no. How do I attack? Did I miss it? Melee attacks. Graze. Miss. Oh, here it is. Roll the attack test and damage. Each ability specifies. Example of strike against damage dice. Sometime damage dice. 2 seconds. Okay. I'll never know. I'll just never know. Okay. We'll quit reading. We'll just do a quick flip through here. We're 10 sessions in our Nimble campaign. There's no turn back. All right, Mishi, smart person. Hence the reason I have not been happy with this RPG. It's too much issue. Oh, okay. Probably hard to sell Cosmere when the setting is one of the main selling points. Yeah. Which is fine. Hey. I mean, like, if like a lot of people, they just want they want a super duper. We'll zoom back out since we're not reading anymore. They just want conversations. Okay, there's rules about conversations. Maybe we'll come back to that later. Endeavors. So like it's beautiful art. Like this piece of art, 2 characters probably cost like $2,000-$3,000. Maybe a little bit less, but that piece of art, cost a lot of money. Pretty cool. We got items. Knife, 1d4 keen. Okay, yeah, like it's yeah. Like if I was at home in D&D, I would feel pretty at home here. I think like D&D with a little bit of with a little bit of lemon zest in it, right? It's called keen instead of piercing or slashing, whatever. Yeah. Even like the trade dress feels very much like very much like 5e. Stat blocks, yep. Feels like a 5e. We'll look at stat block real quick since we haven't done that yet. Tier 1 minion, spear infantry, medium humanoid, health 14, 11 to 17. Okay, so it have different amounts of force. I do like that rather than having. Actually, what do you guys think about that? Since we're working on a Nimble monster book, what do you guys think about that kind of thing? Where it's like it has this much health, but if you wanted to, like you could have 11, it could have 17. I like that better than it like 5d8 or like 3d8, and you have to roll it. What do you guys think about that? Very interested to hear what you think about that. Do you have a? I have the One Ring, another book that I backed and did not read. If you guys want me to look at that, I'll take a look at that. I've heard it's a little bit finicky, but I've also heard very good things about it, so I don't know what to believe. Blah blah blah. Minion. The spear. Okay, minion means the spear infantry's attack. So just say can't crit. Okay. Can't crit. Immediately defeated when they suffer an injury. Okay. At the start of each scene, if the Spear Infantry has their shield and isn't surprised, they gain the benefit of the brace action. Starts combat braced. Once per round, the Spear Infantry can spend 1 additional focus to use the aid. Okay. Can't, yeah. So they can aid or reactive strike. Strike. I don't quite get the point. Takes up space. Oh, of the hit points? Anyway, could raise it or lower it a few points. A singular rule. Yeah. 1 in Dark Force 8. Good to see you, man. Attack +3. 1 target. Graze 4. 1d8. Damage. 1d8 damage hit. Keen damage, and if the target is spawned, all right. Okay, so that is the Cosmere thing. Let's do just a very, very quick flip through of the adventure, and then just to see if there's any new insights there. I really did like the little tokens, the little punch tokens things. People love having that kind of nonsense. And this is a weird crab thing. Is that a mount? That's funny. That's funny if it is a mount. Introductory adventure for first level characters in the Stormlight campaign setting. That is great to have. Yeah, that is great to have. Okay. Bridge 9. This adventure introduces. Let's zoom back in, guys. Yeah, I'm likely to have multiple monster blocks up at once, so I want them to be as small as they can. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I only like the ranges they mean something and have been tested. Generally ignore them because they usually aren't either. Okay. Okay. Good to know. Oh, we are zoomed in. This adventure introduces players to the Cosmere. Some of these writers might have been paid per word. All right. Yeah. So I'm starting to get frustrated with how they are not respecting my time and making me read through things that I've read 4 or 5 times already. So we'll just do a quick flip through. Okay, there's expedition, there's a journey, the attack, some read aloud text, first impressions, picking up the pieces. Okay, you'll use this map. Rad, awesome art. Okay, so if these guys weren't here, you don't really know how big this thing is necessarily. Like you might there's some like atmospheric perspective that sort of indicates that, but like because like this guy, like, whoa, this guy is as big as a house. That's a troll, a crustacean creature like a crab that is a mount, also can drive a wagon. Very cool. Are they fast? They don't look fast. They look like snails. Like why would I ride that if I could like walk faster than it? Okay, so fight. This begins the player's first combat in the Cosmere RPG. In order, like, I know we're playing the Cosmere, so I would know this is the first combat. I would know, like, because I know I'm playing the Cosmere RPG. The order of combat. Okay, just start with this. Fight. Combat starting now. The order of combat. Okay. Player characters. If whoever chooses fast gains 2 actions. Whoever. Okay. So players and NPC. Okay. Yeah. It's I would say this is not being respectful of my time. Morning, that chud. Are you the same as the chud from before? So that is the impression that I get. Really cool stuff. Disrespectful of my time. Brandon did pay per word. I forget the amount, but it's surprisingly low for an $80 trillion Kickstarter. Yeah. Some fans used to prose that doesn't respect their time. It's a feature, not a bug. Oh, okay. Even in rules text? I am also, okay. Well, happy to save you guys $25 dues. Night's Rest, the Ruins, the Lost Shrine. Okay, so the Night's Rest. At this point, inform the players the night is falling. It's time to blah, blah, blah. They're going to rest. Does it have the resting rules here? They can do these things. It looks like it doesn't have the resting rules. So rather than bloating the rule book with resting rules, just include it here. Right? Just have one. Just have one thing. Okay. So ideally, this frustration is helping me. So this is the book you need to read. Okay. You open it up. players, you don't have to read anything. Just pick your character sheet and just oogle at the art. You open it up. Ignore all of this. You know, don't have this. Like, open it up. Like, if you need legal stuff, fine. Okay, you open it up. And it says the adventure is starting. Okay, this is what you do. The first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna have a skill check, and this is how a skill check works. And just have it there, and you have all the players do their thing, and then you just go to the next thing. Okay, like I'm learning how to GM as I GM. The players are learning how to play as they play. Right. The next thing, all right. Oh, you're going to go through a thing, and you're gonna like, oh, here's time where you can like role play. Role playing is blah 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 blah. Okay, and then the next thing, oh, here's a fight coming. Here's how a fight works. You know, and just explain it as we go. You know, I think that might be a little bit easier to do. So like, the only thing I have to read to start playing is the bit that you just read this first. Like, read this. Like, if you've read this paragraph, you know enough to play, right? That would be cool. Like, okay, whew. Like I was worried I had to read this whole 40-page thing. But if all I have to read is this, and then I can figure out the rest as I go along. Like, if it says like, if you want to read this whole thing ahead of time, you can, just in case you're nervous. You like whatever. If you like reading, go ahead and read it. But if you just want, if you're lazy, if you want to play like right now, hand everybody a character sheet, read this, they'll do what they do, and then you'll read the next part. I could do that. Like, I would be able to do that. It's a bit smaller. It's a bit smaller than this other thing, but it's about the same size, I think, as it's roughly the same size as the Nimble. The Nimble uses a condensed font to fit more words on a line, since it's a smaller page in 2 columns. But no, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Okay, so I'm learning that is what I would desire in a starter adventure. Okay, so some good, some bad, but apparently the people who like this kind of thing like that kind of thing. I love this. I love this. Okay, so the back is maybe the best part of this entire thing. So it says, like look at this gold stuff, and it's like a paragraph of things. Like includes all these different things. How many players? 3 to 7 players. 2 to 7 would be better. Age is 14 plus. Okay, so like it has all the information. Like, ooh, like this looks cool, yeah. And it has like the big bad monster here. Like it explains. Okay, like. Oh, I think I've heard of Cosmere. Didn't my grandson say he loves that Cosmere stuff and he's always playing D&D? Oh, you might like this. Let me flip it around on the back and we'll see. And then Grandma reads it like, yeah, I'll get this for Johnny. That's cool. Okay, I've never played Warhammer. Let's take a look at Warhammer. As a Sinners fan, I'm so sad about the TTRPG. I will still get, for lore, Waiting on the World. I feel the same way about MCDM RPG. I was super duper hyped about that because like I loved everything that Matt Colville did. But rather, I don't know. It seemed like a lot. It seemed like a lot. I bought like the $500 expensive thing. But I don't know. Maybe I just don't have as much time. That's probably it. It's not a Matt Colville thing. It's a me thing. I just don't have enough time to be reading things because I get other board games and things that I don't read. It's me. I shouldn't blame anybody else. It's me. I take full credit for that. Okay, so if I was a new player to Age of Sigmar, which I am, I've never played it. I would open this up and I'd peek at what's below. Okay, so we got a cool map. Oh, it's a big map. Oh, it's a giant map. This thing keeps going. So this is like a septuplifold map. All right, so that's a big honker. All right. Okay, so I'm getting an idea of, all right, what kind of table I need to use. It's got a ruler. All right, that's neat. It's got a bunch of minis too. I don't know what's in here. We'll check that out later. And like, cool, I got to put some stuff together. And then one good thing on the back, I'll show you guys real quick. Ooh, and on the sides. Big maps. I like the big maps, but it does limit your audience because not everybody has such a big table. Like a lot of people are playing this on the coffee table, you know. And then if you need like an RPG, if you need a character sheet and like GM screen and stuff, it does have like all of the cool boys who are in here. I guess there's like rats and like soldier guys. And then on the back it says push fit, no glue, no tools required. How cool. How cool. Ouch, spearhead, good stuff. I don't know what that means. I have two issues. I'm way too busy, and the people around me who I try to convince are far too important to spend more than a handful of minutes getting into a game. Yep. Yep. I got a bunch of kids. I've got like 5 jobs. I've got a wife. I've got things. And like, I'm lucky if my wife lets me get like a game night once a week. All right. Let's take a look at this. Very cool art. It's not really my style, but like super duper rad. Super duper rad. And I wanted a like, I don't really like rat dudes. It's like they're just kind of yucky. So I was looking for like a separate, just in terms of like who, like how wide of an audience are we wanting to appeal to? So like those guys are pretty cool, like some sweet things. But if it was like orcs or goblins or something, like instead of rat dudes, I would have really liked this a lot more. I don't know if that's a thing in Warhammer Age of Sigmar. But seeing the rat guys was one faction. It's like, ugh, I don't want to play rat people. It's like having roach people on your thing. Like, who'd want that? 30 by 22? Yeah, it should. It would be giant for RPG where you would need like another like 22 inches, 23 inches or more for like the character sheets on this side and that side and the GM screen. So if just in terms of appeal, these guys are not super cool. If they were like vampires or werewolves or bear people or any other animal would be better. Kids are the game changer. Also having the battle maps. Yeah, it is. Okay, let's look at the back. Nothing on the back, which is fine. You don't need anything on the back. Contents. This set introduces. Let's zoom in, guys. And there was this. This is the only book, so it's not like 3 different books I have to read. This is the only one. Oh, and look, it's for boys and girls. This set introduces you to Warhammer Age of Sigmar, a thrilling fantasy world you can participate in by collecting armies. Okay, what is the most important thing? So like I'm not really a collector kind of person. I guess I kind of am. I need to be honest. Collecting armies. Okay, so the first part of this this thing is fantasy. It's fantasy. Okay, fantasy world. But what do they want you to do? They want you to collect. They want you to paint them. And they want you to wage war with your friends. And I would maybe even say like against your friends, just so it's clear. Because like if I'm coming from a board game world where like half of board games these days or most board games are cooperative, like, oh yeah, this cool game I could play with my friends. Thinking it's like I could play with them rather than against them. So that clarity as a newbie, as an outsider, might be good. This booklet is broken into sections based on the different aspects of the hobby: building, reading, and playing. Okay, so there's building, reading, and playing. There we go. And for RPGs, it would be exploration, role-playing, and combat, right? So those are the different pillars of the hobby. Build, read, play. Welcome to the world's greatest hobby. Like I like that they're like into their thing. Like I used to live in Texas, and people in Texas love Texas, right? They love the Texas so much that Texas is the best thing that has ever happened, and Texas is Texas. And so like I kind of dig that, like they're not shy about how cool they think this thing is. Like, I don't know, like I could be convinced maybe it is. Welcome to the world's greatest hobby. By picking up this set, you've taken your first steps into the world of Warhammer Age of Sigmar. In this book, you'll learn about the brave Stormcast Eternals. That is a cool name. And cunning Skaven. Build your first... Skaven. Is it Skaven or Skaven? I don't know. I think it adds to the Holy War propaganda killing rats. They aren't worse looking than goblins. IMO, especially... It's just, I don't want to play rats. Like, if it's I don't want to play as rats. If I can defeat the rats, that's fine, but like I couldn't convince my wife to play the rat army. Like I could, but she's like, ugh, if I have to, you know, that kind of thing. There could be a holy war against other things, right? Vampire people or whatever. Girls love vampires. Warhammer Age of Sigmar is a miniature game that lets you battle across rich fantasy worlds, tell stories. Okay, so we kind of already said this a little bit. But this is probably just like a stock welcome thing, and like whoever was writing copy for this didn't know that this would be next to it. So like an editor might edit this a little bit, but like this is the first page, right? So they've included all of the legal stuff and the table of contents, and like a cool ad of like, you know, like, do you want to be like one of these people? If so, then like keep playing, right? So it's you know, in terms of redundance, the Stormlight books like were frustratingly redundant. This is, you know, minorly so. That this is just sort of the nature of the thing. Like, you know, by the time this gets to layout and that kind of thing, like it's kind of too late to like rewrite a lot of this stuff. But if you had time and you wanted to make this better, you could combine this a bit. How to build, follows build, cool. All right, so I've done Legos before. All right, let's take a look at this art. And they're kind of cool. They're kind of cool. Just like that rat tail is like so yucky. Ugh. I don't know. Now these boys, now we're cooking. Like, yeah, like I want to play as this guy. Skaven. Okay, thank you. Those are the creepy rat things you want to fight. Yeah, Terry, tell me if I have it right that like if I'm this is 2-player, I think. If I'm playing with my bud Ben, he would be like he would have to be the rat, and I would have to be the soldiers. This is 2-player, right? Yeah. Oh, it's a 1 to 2 player. You could play by yourself. If you could play by yourself, then that might be okay. But in that case, like I wouldn't want to pay like a bunch of money for a bunch of like rat miniatures that I don't need. Like just give me like rat tokens or something. Stormcast Journals. I don't know. I guess the whole thing is like miniatures with this game, so I take that back. Stormcast Eternals are superhuman knights charged with the holy power of the storm. It is their duty to face the worst horrors the mortal realms have to offer, sacrificing their humanity one brutal battle at a time in order to buy a moment's fleeting peace for Sigmar's people. Okay, so Sigmar is a place, I guess. Stop touching my rats! Just because I don't like it doesn't mean it's not cool. It's just 2-player Starbucks, okay. Yeah. What T-Dog and Terry, what are the different like factions or groups available? Like don't give me names, like give me like rat people or like dog people or whatever. What are the different groups in this setting or country or whatever? The Storm Incarnate. Like, yeah. Now we're cooking. Like a little bit over the top, but super duper cool. Words like incarnate and eternal and what were some of the superhuman, eternal, brutal? Like, yeah, we've got super cool things. The last sentence is a little bit of a like a wow. Their armory like no other, created in secret. Yeah, created in secret. That's cool. Secrets are sweet. By Sigmar the God King. Oh. Okay, so Sigmar is not a place, it's a person. It's a king, it's God King. And every Stormcast Eternal was a great mortal hero of the realm. Each was snatched from death and taken to Azer, where they were remade by storm magic into immortal warriors, sword to protect the order. I have Sylvaneth, which are that would have been cool. That would have been that would have appealed much more to like the Lord of the Rings kind of thing. Like rat people or like I think if you look at the stats for like World of Warcraft, like Night Elf was like the top. Like some of the uglier races that you could pick in World of Warcraft, they were like, nobody really wanted to be like an ugly, whatever thing. All right, so it's got some cool lore. Like, yeah, it's getting me hyped up for it and like showing me like, so my pieces currently look like this. Just to show you, like my dudes look like this. I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty sweet. Like it's a nice casting or whatever. But they could look like this, right? They could look like that with fog and everything, right? So like it's getting me hyped. So like whoever put this together got the memo. Like they got the point. Like this is to get me hyped up to take the next steps. Because when someone buys a starter set, we could get a whole book only on factions, but in general there are demons, orcs, dwarfs, and everything in between. In just Age of Sigmar? Or can any Warhammer thing work here? Like that is how little I know. Yeah, nice, T-Dog. That sounds cool. So whoever's putting this together, like, so when someone buys, so this is interesting. So I'm learning this about myself. when someone gets a starter kit, they are doing, like, if you're selling it, when someone buys your starter kit, your starter set, they are doing you a favor. I'll give you a shot. Convince me, right? And that like, you don't need to get out of the rules and stuff right away. Like, get me hyped up for this, right? Get me hyped up. Like, uh, I did like, I don't really want to play this, but I did Warhammer, whatever company makes this. I did them a favor by buying this, right? That's how, as a consumer, I would feel. Like, convince me to play it, right? Sort of like a movie trailer. Think of this as a movie trailer. That's a good way to think of it. Yeah, convince me to play it rather than like bog me down and waste my time and frustrate me. Tip of the spear. All right, so we're getting into lore. Ugh. Yeah, see, like, this just feels yucky to me. And like, this is the kind of thing that would appeal, like, very much appeal to like 10% of 15% of the population. Like, they would like, yeah, I love the nasty little things. But like, this kind of rat thing, like, if my daughter, like, one of my daughters saw this, she'd be like, yucky, ew. But my other daughter would be like, yeah, I love the yuck, you know? But like, all of my kids, like, if they saw like elves, they'd be like, yeah, cool elves. Or like orcs, like, yeah, orcs are cool. So I think it was a mistake to choose the rat people. Sorry, T-Dog. At least for a starter kit, having the rat people as a faction, 100%. I would not do demons as a starter kit. I would not do rat people. I would not do roach people or bug people or anything. I would do orcs or goblins or the cool looking storm guys. I'm learning a lot. This is very cool. The Skaven are mutant ratmen who undermine reality itself in search of power. Cunning, vicious, and horribly ingenious. We already said cunning. The Skaven are among the realm's greatest dangers, thanks to their arcane technology. Okay, so they're sort of a techie thing. Oh yeah, they got some. This art is a little bit dark. It's coming dark across on the camera, but it's dark in person. It's even darker in person. The camera's actually picking up better. So that is something that I need to keep in mind myself. So like, this Hexbinder box, it looks gray, but if you look closer, it actually has like moths and moons and cool spooky things on it. But like, the printing process made it sort of washed it out a little bit. So you do need to make adjustments. So like, this is super clear, maybe a little bit too clear, but I like the pattern. But it has this pattern. So when you are printing these things, you do have to be aware of anything dark. They probably did lighten this, if I were to guess, but they needed to lighten it a little bit more to be able to really read it and see it. But he looks like he has something on his arm. All right, so they're like tech, yucky tech kind of thing. Clans of the Skaven. Yeah, Verminous Menace. Yeah, this feels yucky to me. I was way into Warhammer Fantasy, but Sigmar era is in a spot between fantasy and sci-fi. Oh, okay. Lots of hybrid things, knights of various kinds, chaos, dark, evil, demon factions of various kinds, space dwarves. Yeah, IT Dog, yeah. It may appeal, yes, but it stands out more. They could have stood out more. I don't know. The thing is, they made this game for people who had spare minis. Ah, okay. So if you can think of something. Oh, okay. So like, whatever minis you have, you just bring them. Okay. So like, I don't have a lot of context. Like, I am coming at this as an outsider. Like, I've been to the game store and I've seen like all the people like with their millions of dice and their tape measures and stuff. But like, that's pretty much all I know. A game like no other. You built warriors. Okay. So like, this is actually a good starter set. Like, this is a very, very good starter set. It's got yeah, QR code. See this section in action. Scan the code. Nice. Like, I don't want to read. Let me watch it. You built your, so I like that. You built your warriors. You've learned about the Skaven and the Stormcast Eternals. Now it's your turn to join the Vic. Okay. It's a 2-player game of fantasy battles set in the war-torn mortal realms. In each battle, you and opponent will use strategy, skill, and a little luck. Okay, that's cool. To try and secure victory, all while telling a thrilling story. This section is designed to give your... Is there storytelling in this game? I didn't realize that. This section is designed to give you a taste of Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Over the next few pages, you'll get to grip with some of those. Okay. Very cool. Years of epic battles to come. Cool. So it's talking about value. Like you get a lot of value. This isn't like a Monopoly. Well, you'll play it once and like, all right, you know, we're done. We're done with Monopoly. Models. 20 clan rats and 5 liberators. You physically move your models across the battlefield, and your opponent does the same. When models are on the battlefield, they are called units. And like bolding things like that would not be a bad thing. Models here are in the playthroughs are colored red and gold to help identify factions. Do not represent the models you receive within the box. Legal got a hold of this. Also, I think it's the shared experience of the scene of the knights fighting the rats. No, that's fine, man. I'm glad you dig the rats. Like, that's super cool. That is super duper cool. Warhammer Age of Sigmar models are from your armor are called friendly units, and models from your opponent's army are called enemy units. Okay, I don't think you needed to say that, but maybe that's important. I sort of got that from this. Like, you know, these are my units. They're friendly. The bad guys, the rat ones, are enemies. Hammer and Claw. In this first battle, you learn how to fight with your models. Okay, you can play this battle by yourself by rolling for both sets of models. That is cool. You can learn to play by yourself. That is a good idea. So what if an RPG starter set had the first adventure for the GM to learn how to play by himself so that he could teach the other players? That is smart. So Terry and T-Dog and El Roboto, whoever knows about this, can you typically play Warhammer or these kinds of games by yourself, or is it like always with someone else, against someone else? Is this whole playing by yourself thing just for learning? Because if it is, that is brilliant. Okay. You can play this battle by yourself by rolling for both sets of models. Or you can play with an opponent. Okay, so what if an RPG starter set had the first adventure where the GM, who's learning how to play and like they're a little bit uncomfortable and they don't really know what to do, they can play by themselves. Usually 1v1? Yeah, okay, I thought so. Is it ever by yourself? Is there like an app or a card deck or something that you could play? Interested to hear. That is really, really cool. Follow the instructions on the next 2 pages. You'll make hit, wound, and save rolls before inflicting damage. I think it's just for learning. Okay. So if I were to change things, I would maybe not bold everything, but I would like, so I would bold hit, wound, and save rolls, or just save before inflicting damage. So I would like highlight the key things like, okay, these are words I need to file away. You'll need 1 Stormcast Eternals, Liberate, 3 Skaven. Okay, you need these things. Deployment, how to play, follow the turn sequence, how to use the dice. All right, so I don't know how to play, so let's set a timer. Let's set the timer. I was unable to learn how to play Stormlight Archive in 10 minutes. Let's see if we can do it this in 10 minutes. We started. We got 9 minutes, 56 seconds. In the heat of battle, anything can happen. Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Okay. The outcome of many actions, models you make, shooting, fighting, so on, is determined by the roll of the dice. All your rolls will use a 6-sided die. Okay, great. Everything's 6-sided dice. Good to know. Also known as a d6. Often you'll be told to roll equal to, let's actually get this a little bit closer to the camera so I can see it better. Often you'll be told to roll equal to or higher than a certain number. For instance, 3 plus would mean you had to roll a 3 or higher. Okay, 3 plus equals, any of this is 3 plus. 5 plus is 5 or 6. That makes sense. Legends of the Mist, does it actually comic solo? Yeah, that is cool. Yeah, I've seen that. Nimble was my first TTRPG experience. I wish there were examples of play. Yeah, Tin Man. Nimble was really made for people who already know D&D. At least the first thing, and I'm trying to fix that. This is the starter set for a tabletop war game and not like a starter set for 40k. I don't know what that means. Kazinatori? I don't know what that means. I'm not like a wargaming guy, so. Establishing definitions so further rules will be clear. I don't know many people that play solo with dice involved. Okay. Yeah, like Magic the Gathering, there's like gold fishing where like you just play by yourself, just like get used to playing your deck and drawing cards and stuff. I would love to see more energy put in a GM, less or co-op play from TRPGs. I've used variation of Mythic GMing. I don't know anything about solo play, really. I heard it's basically journaling, but I don't know if that was just like a negative take on it. In that solo DMing experience, I would show. So I would say, like, hey, as a GM, you could like play this by yourself just to get used to it, and then, like, so that when your boys come, they can it's easier. Nope, I'm not pausing it. Sorry. So I know how to use the dice. I know how many dice. I know what kind of dice. Stormcast turn. Battle is everywhere in the mortal realms when a liberator is ambushed by a trio of ferocious clan rats. Will he be able to beat back the swarm? It's a swarm. It's 3. Stormcast attack rolls. 3, 4, 5, and 6 is a hit. 1 and 2 is a miss. The liberator gives a battle cry. He strikes first with a hail of hammering blows in an attempt to slay the Skaven. Make attack rolls with the liberators. So, like, it's not just like, all right, do this, do this. It's like a little bit of story, but it's like a sentence, It's decent balance. Yeah, when I see all that art, I think, oh man, that would take months and be incredibly expensive. But maybe it's worth it, maybe not. Make attacks with the Liberator's Warhammer. To do this, roll 2 dice. The Liberator's attack it. And the Liberator's attacks characteristic is 2. Okay, so attack characteristic being 2 means it rolls 2 dice. Any rolls of 3, 4, 5, or 6. Are there stat blocks for these guys? Are there like stat blocks for things? Why not just show me a stat block? Okay, there's a border skirmish, Skaven turn. So, like, this is very clear. Challenge modes. How do you know what these guys do? Okay. Okay, any rolls of 3, 4, 5, 6 beat the hit characteristic of the Warhammer and are hits. Any rolls of 1 or 2 misses. Page 27. Great. Should have just kept reading. Look at that. I love the art and the stuff. Like, yeah, this is just the beginning. Buy more stuff. That's cool. Building and painting. 28. 27. Okay, so you guys tell me, is this is basically the stat blocks? If that's it, that's pretty cool. I mean, if you're gonna be having like a bajillion of these on a thing, they have to be pretty simple. Cool. Yeah, I think treating a TTRPG for new players, a starter set, like a war game or like a board game, is the smart way to do it. Each army has a war scroll with their stats. Attack. Okay, cool. Clan Rat raises his shield and gives a guttural cry of defiance. Will he manage to deflect the blow? Have the Skaven player roll a die. Roll a dice for each. Have the Skaven player roll a dice for each successful hit from the previous step. Okay, let's do this. Let's do it. Oh, maybe that's what's in here. Is this dice in here? Are these a bunch of little baby dice? It's baby dice. All right. It's baby dice. Okay. Make attacks with the Liberator. To do this, roll 2 dice. Ooh, that is 2 hits. And I know that's 2 hits because it told me. Great. So I'm doing that. The Clan Rat raises its shield. Have the Skaven player roll a die for each successful hit from the previous steps. For each roll of 6 or more. 6 or more. Can you get more than 6? No, it's a d6. The Clan Rat's save characteristic, 1 hit deflected. Oh, sucks to be the rat. Sucks to be the Skaven. You can't block this guy. He's on a mission. All right. I'm getting into it. So, like, rather than explaining all the rules all at the same time, I'm rolling dice and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Have the Skaven player, okay. After you have made your save rolls for each hit that's not deflected, single clan. For each hit that is not deflected, a clan rat is slain. So 2 of these rats died in the first swing? Oof. My boy, the Stormcasters. What's the is fought? Move on to Skaven's attacks on the next page. Keep playing until all the models are slain. Okay. So what would the Skaven do? Okay, so it's purposefully set up to be pretty straightforward. I guess that's why like you would have 30 of these things, since you just sort of kill them all in one hit. But it's purposefully set up so that like this guy can't just win on his first turn. But like we get an attack, we get a defense, something most likely dies.
Clan rats are cunning and cruel and dangerous in large numbers. Working together, they can overwhelm any foe through the sheer volume of attacks.
Okay, fueled by hatred and malice, the Skaven launch their counterattack. They strike in a scrabbling flurry of rusted blades, claws, and gnashing teeth. Okay, so these guys hit on 4, 5, or 6. Attack with all the surviving clan rats. Let's go! All right, T-Dog, your rats are not letting you down. Every result, okay. Yeah, I'm enjoying this. So tell me, are there like rat dice where like the 4, 5s, and 6s are like this, and like the 1s, 2s, and 3s are like blank, so it's like easier to tell at a glance? Because that'd be cool.
The Liberator gives a prayer to Sigmar.
Sigmar, save me! That his plating holds against this furious assault. Stormcast player rolls a die for each successful hit. So like I am playing and I'm enjoying playing, which is pretty sweet. So that like I can play this in like a couple of minutes, and then like, hey, honey, you wanna play some rats? do you wanna play this cool game where I beat you up and you're a rat and I beat you up? And like I would feel confident explaining this to someone else after just playing this little thing. Go rats! Marvelous shield number D6 you roll in an armor battle. Yes. Yeah, that does it makes sense why there's baby dice. So he says a prayer, have the Stormcast player roll a die for each successful hit from the previous step, for each roll of 3 or more. So this looks like it says 3 plus or minus, which is confusing. The rat. Does he kill him? Oh no. T-Dog, the rat's won.
Oh no, he got him.
One little bite and this guy dies? The Stormcast dies? Clan dice usually have a symbol on 6 only consequence. Okay, that's cool. Once all the clan rats have fought, start series again until one wins. Okay, cool. Brutal. So that was really kind of cool. Okay, so I got the basic play loop down, and I've got 43 seconds left, and I was yapping a lot and stuff. But okay, this is the basic thing. Now let's add a little bit of complication on top of it. Abilities tutorial. Everything a model in Warhammer is called an ability. All models share some core abilities. You can make an all move, run, and charge on turn. Okay, so before we even talk about moving, how many actions you get, all of these different things, before we do this, what is the core gameplay loop? This is perfect. I'm glad I purchased this. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, T-Dog, for recommending this. I know you guys did, but this is great. This is fantastic. This is 10 out of 10 starter set, except for the rats. 9 out of 10. All right, timer's up. Timer's up. But so like I set the Stormlight timer just so I could like muscle through. Let's see if I can muscle through 10 minutes. This was 10 minutes was up. It felt like 2 minutes because I was having fun, and like the timer's up. It's like, I'm gonna keep playing. I want to keep playing this. So night and day feeling's different. Okay, so let's give it just a little bit more, just so we can understand the flavor, how they layer in the complexity, because I assume it's more complex than just that. Okay, you can make a normal move, run, and charge on your own turn. So we start the nimble encounter. You got the one guy, he's standing here, and you got the blue D12, and he's doing a thing, and the goblins are after you. All right, so you got your hero, and you got your 3 goblins instead of rats. You got your 3 goblins, and you attack. And then this happens. And then the goblins go. That happens. And there you go. Okay, and so like, that's cool. And I can learn how to play as we go. And then the next scenario, or like, maybe like one goblin standing next to you, and then, all right, you kill him. We stay in the same initiative. And then 2 goblins, they jump out of the bushes, right? This is going to be, you also weren't doing the minis. The minis were sort of just like standing next to each other, and like, I skipped the part where I get to put them together. They're still all in shambles. Okay, but how cool would that be to just start off by rolling dice? Both as the GM, like who's learning it, like and as the players. Okay, now we can learn about movement and range attacks and defending, right? So like this first guy, he's probably going to just like smack that goblin and just kill him, right? If he misses, fine, you learn about missing. And then the goblin attacks. Okay, so this is probably gonna go pretty quick. All right, you win. And then like now there's 2 other goblins over here. Right? They come out of the woods. Now we learn about moving, range attacks. They're gonna move. This one's gonna stay there. We learn about all that, and then he wins. All right, now you've taken some damage. Right? We learn about rolling your hit die, recovering hit points. You can rest. You can do this. Guys, this is perfect. That is what a starter adventure should look like. Okay, measurements in Age of Warhammer Age of Sigmar are. I would just say measurements are made in inches. You don't have to like toot your own horn every time. Are all made in inches, often presented as. Oh, the double quote. I thought that was a typo. This set includes a 12-inch ruler to use it to measure distance. Okay, so instead of a grid, everything is it's more freeform, but with a grid. But with a ruler. Sweet. Yes, I like constantly getting into single aspect like the attack the next round. Yes. Put a bag of M&Ms and you eat the ones. Ooh, I wouldn't want to eat the Skaven though. Skaven are yucky, T-Dog. I know you love them. They're your boys. Nope. When moving a model, the distance moved is measured from the front of the base to the front of the base. Okay, that makes sense. Really recommend you getting into Legends of the Mist comic. I think I bought Legend of the Mist. I don't know if it's shipped or yet or printing or whatever. I don't really like reading PDFs, if I'm being honest. I thought this was... Sorry, guys. I thought this was going to be a short stream. It won't tell me how long I've been streaming. That's probably for the best. Okay. The normal move ability is used to get close to opponents, so you can charge them later. Move, then charge them later to use them. That's confusing to read. To move, pick a friendly model to use this ability. Move a distance up to its move characteristic. No part of that move can bring the model within 3 inches of any model, and that move cannot end within... What? Every model has... Okay, so moving is like sort of repositioning, but like getting in close is like a different thing. Okay, am I getting that? Is that what the charge means later? Every model has 3-inch area around it called its combat range. You cannot finish your move or run in this area. If a clan rat and liberator model are within 3 inches of each other, they are in combat. Got it. Okay, cool. So like it's not like... So I used to play a lot, and I miss it. The Star Wars X-Wing game, and like whether a base was like we'll go here, whether it was like here or here, like really mattered, and it was like a super fiddly game in that regard. But like being anywhere in here is way easier. Way easier. The live announcement was an hour and a half ago. Don't tell me that. Don't take that back. So like Star Wars X-Wing is like such a cool game. It's beautiful in so many ways. Like I love it. But man, like once you have to actually move the things, and like, is the base here, or is it facing this way or that way? Like that amount of movement of like facing, is it here or here or here or here? Like, oh, that matters like so much. Like this versus this matters like you win or you lose, right? And instead of just moving like some distance, there's like a template that it would be like an angled template, and you put the template in front, like that, and you place it in front of your ship, and like you move it, and you place the ship at the end of it, right? And like that, and then that determines where you are. Really cool game, but man, is it a chore to physically perform at a table. Because of that, I love this mechanic because you guys tell me, you Warhammer guys. Is this kind of 3-inch thing, is that a common thing in Warhammer? Or is that a new thing for like Age of Sigmar kind of thing? Because this seems like you would only think of this after having played some other way that was very frustrating to play. You guys let me know. All right, so you can move 3 inches. Clanbright and Liberator are within 3 inches of each other, are in combat. If you choose to move model that is in combat, roll a die before you do. On a 5+, your model is slain as their foe cuts them down. That's funny. It's too funny. All right, run. The run, okay, that's normal move. Run is used to get to places fast and great for securing objectives. To use run ability to make a model run. Conceptually similar to engage, short range, long range. Interesting. Make a model run. Make a run roll of d6. The model can move a distance up to its move characteristic added to the run roll. Oh, so it's random how far you can run. Okay, so he rolled a 4, so you can run 4 more inches. So interesting. So a normal move is 3 inches. How much was a normal move? Okay, I don't remember how much normal move was. Maybe it depends on the stat block. Okay, so back in the day there was a thing. Where's my stat box? Move 5 inches or 6 inches. Okay, so so the Skaven can move 6 inches, or they can normal move 6 inches, or they can run 7 to 12 inches. Cool. Yeah, good to know. That's why it doesn't say, or maybe it does, and I forgot. Okay, so I like that as randomness. So randomness involves how far you can move, and not just not just in the attacks. That's interesting. I would have never even considered that in an RPG. That is a cool idea to borrow for an RPG. Make a run roll of d6. That is a cool name. A little bit too fiddly for an RPG, but maybe not. The model can move a distance up to its move characteristic. Okay, where do you read that? Clan Rat used the run ability and rolled a 4, added its movement. Yeah, so if the first scenario that they dropped on me included all of this, I would have felt overwhelmed. And I don't consider myself dumb, but I consider myself lazy. And if I have to learn too much all at once, then I don't want to do that. I will give up. Charge. The charge ability is used after your movement. So is it like the good guys go and then the rat boys go, and the good guys, so the good guys move, the rat boys move, and then the good guys charge and the rat boys charge, and then they fight? Is that how it works? There have definitely been variations of the way moves are handled in Warhammer. Terry, thank you for being here also, and Roboto and everybody else for answering my questions. Yes, there was a time falling short on a charge forced a morale roll. Okay. there was a time where some things are different. It's used to get into combat with an enemy model. To use the charge, and like model, I think of like a model, like a person who like is photographed for a living. So it's funny. I would just say enemy, because that as a new player, that's humorous to me and takes me out of the rad fantasy. Pick a friendly model. Pick a friendly unit that is not in combat and has not used a run ability this turn. Oh, if you run, you can't charge. Interesting. Make a charge roll of 2d6. The model can move a distance up to the value of the charge. That move must end within half an inch. Okay, so there are. I was just gonna ask: is there a way to know if I'm within a half an inch? There are half-inch markings on here. They thought of everything. Move must end within half an inch of an enemy model. Oh, okay. So you can't just like charge past a guy to like use extra movement or something. Okay, so you have to actually be charging toward them. So if you're 3 inches away, so let's get our minis back out. See if I understand it. So you're 3 inches away. Okay, so you're 3 inches away. And what if I roll snake eyes? 1, 2. Make a charge roll of 2d6. I might roll a 2. That model can move a distance up to the value of the charge roll in inches. Must end within half an inch of any model. You cannot use this move to get. Oh, okay, so if I roll snake eyes, it just doesn't move. Got it. Got it. They got scared. Okay, the fight ability is used to attack enemies. You get to fight with models every turn. So I do like how we're explaining it. There's a picture. We're explaining it. There's a picture. Yep, this is all good. This is all good. The fight ability is used to attack enemies. You get to fight with models every turn, including your opponent's turn. Oh, interesting. In the fight phase, alternate choosing models to fight with your opponent. A model can only be chosen to fight once per turn. If you've already tried fighting in the previous battle, you've already tried fighting in the previous battle. So I would move that up here and get rid of this. Because I thought I used the fight thing already, but I wasn't sure. But it started explaining it, so I was like, oh, maybe this is different. Maybe this is like the real thing without the training wheels. Pick a friendly model. Pick a friendly unit that is in combat or charged, or that charged this turn to use this ability. Okay, so somebody who is already close to a dude, or somebody who's made himself close to a dude. If that model is in combat, is there ranged attacking in this game? There's got to be ranged attacking in this game, right? If that model is in combat, you must pick one or more enemy models as the target or targets of that model's attack. You must pick. Okay. Attack sequence, the number of attacks a model can make is equal to the attack characteristic of its weapon. The following attack sequence is used. So I do love this. So you can tell that this is combat. This is a combat first game. Like, yeah, there's role playing. Oh, the guy says a prayer. He's got rusty knives. But it's combat first game because this guy has multi-attack 3. So it's not roll a die, check a thing, add a thing, roll a die, add a thing, check a thing, roll a die. It's roll 3 dice. I know immediately when I hit. Ooh. I know that I hit 3 times, and I know exactly what happens. There's nothing else that needs to happen, right? So D&D is not a combat first game. D&D is a game that has combat. Okay, so the number of attacks a model can make. So when I rolled 2d6, that represented his 2 attacks, is if I'm understanding it correctly. I've never played any Warhammer. I just like the aesthetic. The story is gonna be pumped. Try T-Dog, man. It's got rats, bud. You gotta try it out. It's got rats. You love rats. Roll a die. If the roll equals or beats the attacking weapon's hit characteristic. Okay, so I don't care if... Okay, so I roll this. I know immediately if I hit or not. Okay, now the bad guy gets to roll a defense die, and he knows it. So, okay. It's making sense. So everybody knows immediately what happens, what it means. You don't have to add anything to it. I do like that. The opposing player rolls a die. If the rolls okay, save. So there's attack. So there's hit roll and a save roll. Cool. If several clan rats are in combat with the same liberator, when you use the fight ability on one of these clan rats, you may combine all of the attacks of these clan rats and roll to hit. That's minions. How neat. You cannot choose any of these clan rats to fight for their turn. Makes sense. Man, that makes 2 of us. El Roboto. $35. Battle scripts. Okay, so I feel like I've gotten enough, and it increases in complexity. So, all right. So what did we do? We told you how. Like, here's how attacking works. Okay. So how to use dice? Here's how attacking works. Try it out. Okay. Here's how moving works. Now let's try it out. All right. Okay. Here. Okay. I guess there's a lot going on here now. Now here's another thing. Now what are we gonna learn here? Special abilities. Ooh. Now we're cooking, guys. Use these special abilities at the end of each turn before scoring objective points. Oh no, there's objectives and stuff. Cool. All right. So there's objectives. So we're layering it in. So simple attacks, attacking, defending. Now let's add in a reaction. Okay, we're adding a reaction. Now let's add in like a special ability, right? No, it is combat last game. But also the only fully developed portion of the game for combat. Yeah, that is a bit weird, isn't it? Okay. Roll a die. Lay low the tyrants. Guys, this game has some cool names. Lay low the tyrants. Roll a die. Well, I don't know why it says dice instead of die. Roll a die for each of your liberators who is standing on an objective. For each roll of 5+, you may slay a clan rat in combat with that liberator. Oh, you just get to kill him. Okay, so this is like a bonus attack. Cool. Set up one clan rat. You may set up this. I don't know what setup means. It's probably something that I missed, but maybe it's like add a new, summon a new clan rat somewhere. You may set up this clan rat anywhere within 6 inches of. Yeah, okay. So it's get a new clan rat boy. Edge of the table, and not in combat with any Stormcast Eternals units. Neat. Kill them. Get more of them. This is so cool. And there's challenge modes, 7 clan rats, things. Take your game to the next level. I would dare to say that this is a nearly perfect starter set. A beginner set, excuse me. This is a nearly perfect. Whoever makes this, Warhammer makes this? No, this is Warhammer. The game is Warhammer. Who makes this? Games Workshop? Is this Games Workshop? Is that offensive? Citadel. Sorry, Games Workshop is the other guys, right? Those are the bad guys. Citadel. This is a nearly perfect starter set for someone who has never played a Warhammer game. This has got me. I know how to play it vaguely. It's got me pumped to play it, and I don't regret spending $35 on this. I kind of regret spending $25 on the other thing. I know how to play it. All right, Zweihander, we'll have to do you later. Let's check out this thing. Oh, this thing is heavy. Let's weigh it real quick. This is over 5 pounds. This is over 5. I have a scale because I ship things, not because I'm doing drugs. Games Workshop. It is Games Workshop. Citadel is Games Workshop. Shows how much I know. I know that Wizards of the Coast is Hasbro. I know that much. All right. Cool. So far we've seen one with very high production value, but frustrating to the point where, like, I would be more willing to play that had I not read all of that. Like, if my friend just said, if my boy Trevor, who loves Stormlight stuff, if he said, hey, Evan, you want to try out Stormlight thing? I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'll try it out. But now, after having read the starter set for Stormlight Cosmere, like, I would say, like, my interest in playing it has gone down since buying it and reading it. Saw a video on that one. I think you'll like it. This starter set, Citadel made models, as did Games Workshop. There's some sort of collaboration or acquisition that's going on there. Mm-hmm. The character tokens of this box are something I'd love to see in the next level thing. Okay. Art is cool. We got all the main dudes. I don't know if we need 2 people casting spells, but whatever. Like, it's like got a little baby dragon they're fighting. Borderlands is just like a cool word. All right, so I know I'm gonna have some negative things to say. I'm gonna try to not be too negative. This, I don't like this. This is like a little bit of a humble brag. No, not really. It's a brag. It's bragging. I do like how the Age of Sigmar thing was like, this is the best hobby, you know. But saying like this is the world's greatest role-playing game, I get that. That's their tagline. I don't like that. That said, their logo is rad. I love ampersands. I use them when I write, and all my editors always tell me to remove them and put an A and D instead. I just love ampersands. Dungeon is a cool word. Dragon is a cool word. Hero is a cool word. Borderlands is a cool word. Starter set is not cool, but like it gets the point across. So art is rad. 12+. Okay, it's clear. This kind of information. Contents, that's lame. Quick start guide, play guide, 3 adventure booklets, 9 double-sided poster maps, 5 handouts, combat tracker, 8 character class boards, 210 cards. 210 cards? Characters, items, monsters, NPC. 273 tokens for monsters and tricks. What? How what? 11 game dice. Right on. Cooperative play. Love that. 3 to 5 players. 2 to 5 would be better. So this is 3 to 5. This one said 3 to 7. If you were a starter at Cosmere, I dare say you would regret having 7 people or six players. Yeah, put some rat art there instead. No, see how easy to display? That's probably cool. I don't know if that's good or not. 45-minute plus playtime. Really? So this is cool art. So these kinds of treatments. So it is good for logos to have the stacked version as well as the linear version. This kind of thing, the red logo. So, and having multiple uses of it, how it can overlay different treatments. And anytime you can do art like this, where there's like a border and it's sort of bursting out of the thing, that just makes the art look cooler. All right, this side is way better than the other side. I'll just say that much. So anytime I'm looking to see what's inside a starter set or what's inside of a thing, I'm not gonna look at the side of it. I'm gonna look at, I guess this is like the display side. This is the side that goes on the shelf, like this goes on the shelf, and then this is the side that you look at if you want the details. But I'm not gonna look at the side of it, I'm gonna look at the back, right? And so the bottom, I get having this on the bottom, but having it on, nah, you don't want that. Like if you want to get across like vibes of like, this isn't just for boys, like this is for girls. Which is, I presume, why they chose this picture of a prancing lamb. Put a picture of like a cool girl hero, you know? Like when my wife... Hey, Matt, good to see you, man. When my wife... yeah, that plus is doing a lot of heavy lifting. When my wife, when I first got her hooked on World of Warcraft, because like I used to play World of Warcraft a lot back in the day. When I first tried to get her to play, she saw me playing like a high level character as like a Tauren or something, some sort of like bull animal. She's like, that doesn't seem very interesting. But when she got, what hooked her was she saw the character creation process where she could like pick her like little girl character and like dress her and like, oh, I can be an elf and I can be this and like I can make her pretty and I can do all these different things. That got her hooked. And like she would just go around and like collect flowers in Warcraft and like she wasn't really good at the dungeons and stuff. But like that drew her in. So if we want to get like not just boys, like yeah, yucky things with tongues and teeth. It doesn't have to be a lamb, because that's kind of lame. It's kind of lame. But overall, top cover is quite good. Let's look at the back. Let's look at the back. Cover that. Yeah, is there a mimic in the adventure? I would hope so. An open and play entry into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. Heroes of the Borderlands is a cooperative fantasy adventure game, adventure for all skill levels. Levels. In each game, one player is a dungeon master, while others act as heroes in an ever-evolving story. Together, you delve into monsters. So, this level of description, I think, is really important here, because it's short, it's brief, and it's needed, because a lot of people have played D&D and come to other RPGs, but not a lot of people will play other RPGs and then go to D&D, I don't think. Together, you delve into monster-filled caves, explore untamed forests, and determine the fate of the Borderlands. Cool. Set up and play in minutes with a quick start guide and intuitive learn-as-you-play components. We will test that out. Go on epic adventures, choose your way to play, all in one box. Great. And then there's like a picture of people playing. Look how much fun these guys are having. They're both cool. Oh, I see. Okay, so like that guy in the D&D shirt, he's bowing, and you're showing like, okay, that's that is cool art, right? So like it's showing what role playing is, right? These guys, so like this girl is that dude, and like that guy is that guy. Yeah, look at that, neat. And then this guy, he's telling the story of the guy who came out, and then this guy's blasting, and they're having fun, and look, there's snacks, and a very diverse group of people. Okay, All right, let's take a look at this, guys. Let's see what's in the starter set. Man, this is there we go. Love this. Read me first. Just don't. Okay, this is good. Don't keep going. Don't keep looking anywhere else. Just focus your eyes here. Dungeons & Dragons is a cooperative game. Story Dungeon Master or DM. Imagination chance to determine the fate of players' characters. Just say heroes. Enough with this players' character stuff. Players and characters, this and that. They're heroes. All right. All right. This guide is designed to familiarize with the contents of the book, the contents of the box set, and help you quickly choose roles, make characters. Okay. If you come across a game term you don't know, see the rules glossary in the play guide. There it is. Okay. That's great. I like that. Unpacking the box. The first time you open the box set, unpack and organize its contents as follows. Okay, there's enough here that it needs to be unpacked. That's cool. Retrieve the booklets and the map. Stack the booklets and the folded poster maps in 2 piles outside the box. Punch out the tokens. Remove the cardboard tokens from the punch boards and sort them by type. Set player character tokens aside and store all the others in the tray organizer. Finish your cycle. Retrieve the class boards, take the 4 level 1 to 2 class boards from the box and display them with the level 1 sides face up. There should be 1 for each cleric, fighter, rogue, and wizard. Oh, that was a cleric on the front. I guess that's a cleric. He doesn't look like a cleric to me. That's a wizard. That is not a cleric. Sort the cards. Unwrap the cards and divide them by type. Place the background cards and the species cards. I don't like species. Near the class boards and sort the rest to the tray. Don't shuffle any of the cards. That's important. I would maybe bold that because, like, what do you do when you get a deck cards? Your fingers get itchy and you got to shuffle them. Each time you gather, okay, so this is good. Each time you gather play D&D, you're playing a single game session. These sessions connect to form adventures like the one in this set. Between sessions, players store cards. Okay. Contents for everyone, for the Dungeon Master only. Components, make sure you got everything. Choose your role. To play D&D with this boxed set, you need 2 to 4 people to play as heroes and 1 person to play as the DM. Play a character. Your character is your alter ego in the fantasy world of the game. Yeah, this is fairly beginner friendly, I would say. Yeah, those README sheets are really good. It's easy for me to, yeah. Venture forth, being the Dungeon Master. If you want to be the mastermind, Matt, if you didn't see, if you're just getting here, the Warhammer thing was fantastic, except for the rats, but it's fantastic. Okay, guide the story. Thank you. Species is weird. Don't bring science terms into fantasy. Yeah. Plus, there's no speciation. There are half elves and half. Yeah. Species is like, I get people don't want to say race anymore because everybody's all sensitive and stuff. Like, whatever, but it's killing the vibes. Species in a sci-fi game. Yeah. Yeah. Being the judge, right? Okay, what does the judge about do? You run the adventure, you guide the story, you adjudicate the rules. Great. Could probably say that in fewer words. Keep it secret. Secrets are important. Great. Swapping rules. Playing a character and being the dungeon master aren't permanent. Good to say. This set makes trading places easy. Cool. They might be trying to introduce too many things here. If you're getting started, if you're a character, 1, choose a class. So what I would do if I were to tweak this, the GM is in charge. Okay, just talk to the GM. GM, have your players choose a class. Have your players choose a class, an origin card, and 1 species card. Ugh. Gather character components. Blah blah blah. Place tokens. Name your character. Yeah. So the classes could be pre-made. Everybody gets to pick their own name. I think that's a cool thing. You can have like a suggested name or something, but everybody should be able to pick their own name. Example setup. Okay, so there aren't actually character sheets in this thing, I don't think. It is this kind of thing, which is Cool. Okay, so dwarf species. So these are handy. I wonder if these actually do anything. I would only want cards if they actually help me and remind me of important information. But if it's just here just to be a fiddly component, I don't know if I like that. Yeah. Yeah, kin is fine. That's cool. Kindred is better than kin, I think, because kin I think of like K-E and like kin and Barbie. Ancestry I think is best. I mean, race is fine to me, but a lot of people don't like that. And like I get it. Like some people are easily offended, and other people are like, yeah, be offended. But like, no, like you don't want to offend people unnecessarily. So like, there's a balance. You don't want to be a jerk on purpose. They have to make the intro text super long-winded so everybody gets used to reading. Matt, that's so mean. Oh, zing. If you're the dungeon master, cool. The adventure, Caves of Chaos, cool name. Keep on the Borderlands, cool. The Wilderness, not that great. Okay. Play guide. Reference booklet. Ooh, it is stitched. It is a stitched book. Okay, so let's see what else is here. The Wilderness, and this is a pretty thin book. Pretty thin book. I mean, it's thin paper. Okay. Cool. Wilderness. All right, let's zoom back out, guys. Keep on the Borderlands. Like, I just, like, the name of this and the art, it makes me want to play it. But I know that I would be disappointed the second... Oh, Caves of Chaos. How cool is that? Yeah, I want to explore there and kill some things there and ride on a bat. Don't you just want to, like, be there and, like, protect the people and be a hero? I do. That's a cool back. Maybe what this is on the back instead, but that is cool. It's easier. Now I want to see what's on the back of this. Yeah, this is cool. These three are all cool. Yeah, these are such cool callbacks too. More kobold representation. Was that a kobold on one of these? Yeah, I think that kobold's a little bit too gritty. He's a big bold right there. Okay. Noble adventurers, I extend to you my deepest thanks. Okay, so this is like a handout. I thought this was wrinkled, but that's just printed on there. Provisioner for sale. This is cool to have. All right, buy your equipment. There you go, guys. I'll get 2 things of acid. Oh, I don't have enough money for a vial. Well, I'll get a flute. And some rope. Healer's kit, ball bearings. Having like the prices so varied probably means like nobody's getting a loot, unfortunately. Yeah, let me get 17 healer's kits, 3,000 ball bearings. Okay, these kinds of handouts are pretty cool. Drunken Dragon menu. Slice of cake. Oh, that's cute. I thought it was underlined, but it's crossed out. I like these sorts of handouts. There's nothing on the back, which is disappointing. I think you gotta make these. Okay, yeah, it's just like a piece of parchment. And like, yeah, they have to. Oh, copyright. Kind of takes you out of it if you have to copyright everything. Okay, so there's lots of cool handouts. Let me get rid of this little thing. Lots of cool handouts. I like these. I like this. This is neat. Sacred services. Donations encouraged. Flask of holy water. Healing. Revival. May all who act with kindness and virtue always stand upright. May neither claw nor steel nor darkness hurt you. Be shielded by the light. Trader. This is neat. This is neat. Rather than saying, yeah, just look at the thing. You just hand your boys this. You get to this shop, hand them that. Give me that back when you leave the shop. Cave A. This is neat. Oh, and it's in like a little thing to keep them from like sliding around. That's a good idea. You've got Cave A, Cave B, Cave C. Okay, there's a lot there. I get the feeling they're trying to impress me with volume, and the handouts are a nice touch. They're trying to impress me with this all of the fireworks and things. It's really. I think they're doing all the cards and tokens really appeal to more of the board game. Yeah. That's the feeling I'm getting. What's going on here? Something is attached to something else. Why is this attached to that? I don't think that should be attached to that. Okay, that was unintentionally attached to that. Combat tracker. Stinks that you need a combat tracker. So this isn't quite paper. It's not quite cardstock. It's like a little bit of thicker paper. Okay, let's pretend I'm a newbie. A miraculous priest of divine power. So, okay, I get what it is. Some stats, what you need to play. Okay, so grab these equipment cards. Grab these spell cards. Starting gold pieces, gold piece tokens. Initiative, speed, 30 feet. You can use simple weapons by placing an equipment card for a weapon of that type here. Starting equipment, armor class 9. Cool, this is handy. Oh, and you flip it over and there's level 2. Everybody level up. Woohoo! This is neat. Cleric. Oh, there's level 2, 3. Oh, this is just level 3. Oh, level 3. Oh, life domain and light domain. Okay. That probably needs to be like a little bit more prominent because life and light, that sounds like, why do I have 2 of the same thing? Okay, that's cool. So there's 2 cards for each. That is a smart way to do it. I really like that. Okay, wizard. Okay, so there's a bunch of cards. I'd love to have a nimble starter set. Gold pieces, 5, 1, 5, 25. Okay, 5, 25. Moonster tokens. Let's zoom back out. I'm interested to see. I don't like that these are shiny because a lot of times you'll be playing in a room that's shiny and you can't tell like what this is. Well, like what is that? What is that token there? Like I don't know. It's just a white blur. So gloss isn't good. It's better. It makes the art look better in perfect light. So there's a bunch of monster tokens. Same on the back. Ah, okay, that's good. Yeah. So it has like they're numbered to help you if there's a bunch of these red things. Monster tokens. Oh, and there's standees. I guess that's for the heroes, maybe? Yep, for the heroes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I guess there's like a boy and a girl version of all the heroes. Hero art is not that great. You gotta cut corners somewhere. Okay. Sorry for bumping the microphone. Okay, cool way to track hit points. Power tokens? I guess that's for like mana? No, there's no mana in D&D. Gym tokens? Don't know what that's about. Combat tracker. Man, how much did I pay for this? Stand by. I'm curious how much I pay for this. Oh, yeah, it was more expensive than I remembered. All right. Now it makes sense why there's so much stuff in here now. It was like $40 or $50. Okay, so these cards. So I think it's just like cardstock, and they are not. It is not like a black core, like a playing card. It's just like a cardstock. Toll the Dead. Acolyte. Okay. I will give it to them. Hasbro, which just goes that their dice are the best. Red, see-through, clear dice with bright white text and big chunky numbers. That is the best. And then I guess this is for like tokens or something. And here, what is it here? This is just to added weight. On your turn, play a reminder card. All right, so we'll look at all that in a little bit. I really like this. You don't have to make a character sheet, just to hand it out. It'd be better if you had art on it, so I could see. But I guess you can, pick that. All right. Let's set a 10-minute timer, and we'll print in to be a new guy. And maybe those NPCs. Those are NPCs. They look dressed in suits. No, those were like standees. It looked like. So like the monsters are flat and the heroes are upright. Not uptight. They might be uptight, but they're upright. I think they were the heroes, but maybe not. All right, so we are going to pre-made characters are sent for star sets. Yes, that is the objectively correct thing. Adventure booklet. I don't think we need to look at that just yet. Wilderness adventure booklet. Okay, so let's do the reference booklet. This is the biggest of all of them anyway. We read that already. All right, let's set the timer, guys. See how much we can understand in 10 minutes. Okay, so they are at least making use of the inside, like all the legal stuff and blah, blah, blah. And you put it there. Background cards, we're explaining what all the components are. Cool. I don't know that. Okay, so the space is for power tokens. Donates the space for power tokens. Okay, that's what that's for. Dwarf size, blah, blah, blah. It lacks art on the sheets because you pick... Yeah, that does make sense. But like, how do I know if I want a wizard or a cleric? Like, if I don't see a picture of it, you know? Like, what if I pick dwarf? Like, is this like, I'd rather see my hero than like whatever like race I picked, whatever ancestry or species are picked. Like because like a human wizard and a human berserker, a human rogue, or the cheat, like they're gonna look different. You know, they're gonna have different vibes. Like I care about more like the fantasy that I have than like the kind of creature I am. Like, yeah, I don't care if I'm a dwarf or whatever. Everybody knows that this is just human. This is just a human. It's a short human. I don't need a picture of a short human. I need a picture of like a rad human, short or tall, doing some rad stuff. Equipment cards, things, burning hands. Oh, that's cool. That is nice to have. Class sports. Okay, so we're just explaining things. Ooh, I like this. I like the monster cards. NPC cornflower. All right, so let's see what the NPC cards. I don't want to open up all the cards right now. Halfling barn hand. Okay, so you don't need that. You don't need what you need to play here. This spunky stablehand isn't afraid of getting her hands dirty. I would say spunky stablehand, unafraid of getting her hands dirty. Like roughly the same amount of words, but a few less words, and you might be able to make that just one line. Animal lover, cornflowers, best friends. Her best friends are barn animals. Animal lover, idiomatic. Cornflower likes to use animal idioms such as busy bee, chicken out, and hold your horses. Okay, cool.
Did you know animals have all sorts of special glands? Giant fire beetles are like one glower.
All right. Okay, and I like rumors, and they're true or false. That's cool. I've been meaning to make the same video. This is just cheap stream, and you feel free to do that. Elder Goblin Games, good to see you, man. This is just for my information, because I can't force myself to read through these things unless like on my own, because I hate reading rules. So if other people are around and hanging out with me, then I can choke it down. All right, so we've got 7 more minutes to learn how to play the game. Monster cards. I love monster cards. Playing the game. Rhythm of the game. DM describes the situation. Players react to the situation. Something happens. Yeah, look at the. Didn't you just see me saying how the other one was supposed to do this? And they did it. They did it. This is a much better thing than the other one. D20. There you go. You got it right, Terry. To be fair, Nibble Box set is already a better star set than 50% of what's out there on its own. Well, thank you, Terry. Appreciate that. There's some psychology because having tactile things. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, this is me. I was telling a story earlier about my nephews who I had minis and they were playing and like they just didn't think they could play without minis. What are dice for? D20 damage, 6 abilities, D20 tests, and modifiers. Could they say this in fewer words? Almost certainly. But is this very good for D&D? Yes. Saving throws, ability modifier. They need to get rid of the modifier thing. Just use. My prediction is they'll do that someday, or they'll be like D&D light or D&D nimble, D&D easy kids version, and like they're gonna get rid of all of that stuff, and they'll keep this version like with like the ability modifier scores and all that sort of stuff for like the crufty people who don't like change. Let me rephrase for the nostalgic people who are used prefer the old ways, the tradition. I'll say it that way. Armor class, rolling a 20 or a 1, advantage, disadvantage. They don't stack. And yeah, so like good information. Could all of this be maybe this much text? Probably. If you have advantage, use 18. If you have disadvantage, use it. So I like the use of illustration. It'd be better if this was like on the same page or same column, but it's not bad. Social interaction, bonus action. I hate. I forgot. D&D has bonus actions. Oh man. Okay, so like having all of these different actions that you can do is kind of a lot to keep track of. Too late. Too late. Sorry, guys. You have to make product you wish was out there. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. You guys are very, very kind. I'm over here being a jerk, and you guys are being kind to me. Shame on me. I love this art. I can't tell you how much I love this art. Like this girl holding the brush as a dagger. Like, yeah, how much like someone to do that, right? And like she's shushing. Like this is such cool art. Oh, this guy is that guy. I don't know what's going on over here. Role playing, ability checks, exploration, light. Yeah, so I've way prefer the Age of Sigmar thing. Like if I didn't know how to play D&D and I was reading this, I don't know that I would ever start playing D&D because I can feel it starting to slog on me. Like there's some cool things and like do I need to know about a creature's size like right now before I've rolled any dice, before I've encountered any creatures? Or could you tell me about the size and disadvantage and all these things later? You could tell me about those things later, like when I need to know about them. Age of Sigmar is the way to do it. I really do love the art of game table put next to the fantasy world. Yeah, that is cool. I do really like that. Knocking out a creature, instant death, conditions. So this is really the full rules. This isn't how to play. This isn't like the introduction of how to play. This is the full rule. This is everything all at once. And like, yeah, the first session or two is going to be kind of confusing. But the other one, Age of Sigmar, reading the beginner set for Age of Sigmar was like, yeah, I read like 2 sentences and I was playing. Yeah, you don't have to know everything right now, Terry. Yeah. Age of Sigmar was, look how fun this is, and I was having fun rolling those little tiny baby dice, and like, it was fun, you know. So like, is this better than the Cosmere one? Yes, yeah, much better. Is this as good as it could be? Far from it. I think if we treat RPGs more like board games, more like video games with a tutorial, more like war games that need it, like they know they need to hook people right away. If we treat RPGs more like that, then we'll have more RPG players. There will be, that wall will be a lot lower. And it won't even be a wall. It will be like a billboard with like, pizza and tacos on it saying like free pizza, free tacos, right? It's going to draw people to it. Like I haven't, like I'm just flipping through these rules and I've only got a minute left, right? Like there's no way I'm reading all of these things. Like if none of the creatures if none of the heroes and none of the monsters in the adventures knock anybody prone or poison, leave it out. Get out of here, you know? So this is as far as like if you already know how to play, but you don't really want to buy all the books and all the things, you sort of want it a little bit more tactile. Is this a good set? Yes. Right? If you like D&D and you're not like annoyed by it and stuff. But if you want to learn how to play, is this a good set to have? No, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Will this help you learn how to play? No. How would I describe this? I think this lowers the barrier to entry from like a 50-foot wall to like a 40-foot wall. But it's still a 40-foot wall. Like, will most video game players pick this up? Like, oh yeah, I played whatever that game was, that the D&D video game. I played that. All right, if I've seen Stranger Things, let me pick it up to play. Like, will that get a video game player or a casual? Like, would this get my wife? Oh, that's time. Would this get my wife to play? Not a chance. She said, I've got things to do. I've got laundry to fold. You know, like if you do read all of this, rat people can knock you prone and pros in you. So, so if you read all of this, big if you read all of this, how well would you understand it all? I don't know. D&D is rough. I brought their last starter campaign and tried showing it to my kids, and it was too much. I then found them all. Okay, cool. Thank you, Tin Man. I think that Sean's starter adventure for D&D with the Young Dragon is the best starter adventure for new players. Oh, look, I think the Stranger Things box set is a better start for some people. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This, as far as like, this should be. This is, what do they call it? What do they call it? Okay, this is not a starter set. This is just a box set. This is the D&D box set. D&D box set. That's what it is. It's the D&D box set. This is not a how to play. This is not a beginner set. This is convince your buds to play. This is the D&D box set. If you know how to play already and you want these components, great. This is great. High quality. If I were to estimate how much this costs them to print, they're probably printing a bajillion of these, so yeah, they're able to get the print cost down. If I were to print something like this would probably cost me like $20 to print. And then if I was selling it to like Amazon or Barnes & Noble, I would lose money on it. Maybe more than $20, because there's a lot of different components. Yeah, the cards would be expensive. The cards would be expensive. I didn't even look at a lot of that. $25 to $30 for me to print all of this. I would lose money on this. There's no way I could do this at the scale that I'm at. But is this cool? Yes. Do I want to protect the Borderlands? Yes. Do I want to do it playing with these rules? Oh, I love those lizard folk and the chameleon there. I think a solo DMing starter adventure would be super helpful and help everything. Yeah, I think that would. And that surprised me that I learned that about myself, and this was great. I learned a lot of stuff about myself. There's so much stuff that I won't even go back into the box. I learned a lot. Dragonbane box is 10 out of 10. I haven't looked at it really. So JL Visual Arts. Do you mean as a way to teach someone to play, or as a you already know how to play and here's all the stuff to play? What do you think, JL Visual Arts? Because I've like opened it. Dragonbane came with a solo adventure. Okay, so it does come with this thing. Comes with a map. This card's like decent map. Bunch of names. And yeah, I opened these up. I do like the dice. I don't like the weird thing on the 20 instead, but I won't begrudge him that. Dragonbane came with a solo adventure. Is it this? Do I need to read the rules before I play the solo adventure Elder Goblin games? That's great start components. No. Rolling dice, your player character. So it's still like sort of following the D&D tropes. The solo adventure, is that this? What is this? Adventures. Introduction, adventure card. GMI's only, the map. The Misty Veil, cool name. I didn't know that's what it was. I like that. It's because they are a roll under dice, so it helps clear it up to your right. So is the 20 the thing, or is the 1 the thing? Ah, there's a symbol on the 1 and the 20. Oh, it's actually a 20. It's like the symbol is a 20, but it's like a 20. It's like a sort of weird shaped horns, or like a weird shaped 1. Okay, that I didn't realize it was actual number. It's in the back. It's in the back. LOL. Conclusion. Where's Dragon? Where is it in the back? Creating adventures. Where's the solo adventure? Or is it in the back of the box? I've never dug this far. There's more. Archmaster Odahan. Oh, I didn't know there were meeples in here too. Audon. Oh, that's what a yeah, see, like, yeah, okay, I guess these are heroes. Yeah, all right. Here's I don't know how I feel about the duck things. I'm sure there's a story behind that, but like that guy's cool and she's cool and this thing is cool. Yeah, like that's cool. The duck guy, I don't know. Like, yeah, you just put these on the table. You guys just grab it. Grab the one that you want, and that'll be your character for today. Games catalog. That's fine. Oh, your solo player character. Here it is. I think I prefer the little tokens that lay down. Because then you don't need these. And you don't have to like pull them off and put the new guys on. Artist Stellar, yeah. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look. Does it teach you how to play as you play, or do you have to know how to play already? And I actually want to see how much I paid for this also. Duck people are awesome. Are they? Maybe they're cool. I used to not like kobolds, but now kobolds are the best, so I sometimes I'm wrong. All right, Dragonbane. All right, sorry guys. I do like this gridded map, so it's just a gridded map, and it's not like this particular dungeon. It's just like here's a inside of a dungeon or cave, and here's opposite. Here's the inside of a dungeon or thing, and here's like an outside or cave or thing or whatever. I like that. I like that better than like the specific things. Dragonbane. Okay. Elder Goblin Games, do you have to know how to play it already? Duck is a homage at RuneQuest? Okay. Something. Alone, you traverse the depths. Requirements. When fighting alone, draw 2. Okay, so there's different rules for fighting alone. Let's zoom back in. Zoom in. Yes, no. First, consider the frame of the question. The chart includes several categories. When you have a question about the nature of a situation, one you would normally ask a GM, use the fortune chart. To divine your answer. First, consider the frame of the question. The chart includes several categories. Okay, that's fair. Yes, no. Is the passage guarded? Number. How large is the band of orcs? Okay. Okay, so there's a yes, no column, number, scale, power, quality, reaction. Cool. Ask your proper question. Roll a d6. If that's all solo means, then I see. The duck. Yeah, I do. I remember Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck. Is that the song? Yeah, I saw the Darkwing Duck art. That was pretty rad. So is this all solo play is basically? Like you sort of playing by yourself and then like just make sure that it's like a solo appropriate like encounters and stuff. But you just like roll a thing and then you run the monsters and you run the things. I wonder how monsters are run. Keep it simple to answer questions without consulting the table. Interpret a roll of 1 or 3. No. No or extreme no. Yes and extreme yes. That's funny. If a no, negative or low impact. Okay, there's a way to tilt it. I really like this. Inspiration table. There's an inspiration table on the next page to reveal details when asking open-ended questions. Oh, okay. Cool. Dragon and demon effects, rolling a dragon or demon. That's the 1 in the 20, I think. Thank you, T-Dog. I'm glad you like that. Is there, yeah, there's typically an oracle to answer some. Okay. Ah, cool. The resulting prompt might be taken literally or interpreted to fit all the context. If it is tough, roll again. What do I see in the chamber? Result sacred attribute. An altar stands in the center of the room. Okay, that's cool. Solo adventure. Surviving solo play. The Chapel and the Wolf. I guess there's not read aloud text since you're reading it all. NPC attack him. Okay, so yeah, how do monsters work? I've always wondered how solo RPGs work, and I backed a solo RPG like a year or two ago, and like I haven't got it yet. I haven't been following it, so I was like, yeah, I'll back this so I can learn how solo RPGs work, and I didn't know I had one. Choose an NPC's role, melee attacker, ranged attacker, sneaky attacker, or magic attacker, and use this table to decide what they do on their turn. Unlike the monster attack tables, these attacks do not automatically succeed unless noted. If a skill roll is required, okay. The magic attacker role abstracts. I don't know what a WP is, but they act differently. Okay. D6, 1 to 3, deal a blow. Makes a melee attack. Take a shot. Cunning strike. Magic bolt. I like the ones where you pull a playing card. For small creatures such as we, doesn't like that. For small such as creatures. Is for small creatures such as we a game? Or are you saying a card would do something different for a small creature? If you have not acted this round, the NPC swaps initiative cards with you and parries or dodges with a boon. Okay. That's cool. Wild attack. Okay. So it's not like they always do this stack. It's like they do different things. So a little bit of unpredictable. I like that. That's cool. Intimidating rage. Deck. This is neat. I can get behind a solo thing. Exploration table. Inhabitants. Cool. Okay. Name of the game. Interesting. People are always like, oh yeah, this is just like this other thing. And I've never heard of the other thing. There's typically an oracle to answer the question. Name of the game. Most monsters in Dragonbane have their own tables that tell what they do on their turn, except for humanoids. Oh, interesting. Okay, guys. I feel like my brain can't handle any more learnings for today. So I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I feel like I've learned a lot. No promises on a Nimble starter set, but that is something that I think wouldn't be too much additional work and would be very helpful for people to, like my brother and his kids, Uncle Eric. He would be able to do that, and it would be super easy for him to teach his boys to play, and I think it'd be fun for him. But like, if I just give him this, he'd be like, yeah, thanks, we'll put it on our shelf. Yeah, so I feel like I've learned a lot. While solo play isn't for me, I'm super glad that it seems to be a bit of a renaissance. Some people can only play solo. Yeah, that is cool. Okay, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Appreciate it. I'm planning on doing some more streams like this. I want to do I want to do some like monster creation streams maybe later this week. I've got like a pack of like TCG cards like over here that I've been wanting to open. Just open them up and see if we get some inspiration for monsters we can make, or items, or adventures, or like just whatever. Just like cool ways, like examples of how to find inspiration and create things for Nimble. That's going to be the kind of thing that I'm going to be doing for a little bit. Thank you guys for hanging out. See ya.